Man, so part 3, what'd you guys think of part 3? What'd you guys think of RecklessBen's part 3, huh? Got a lot to say today. A lot. I want to hear from you guys. Rick is back. What's up, man? I'll be there when it starts. And got Savvy. All right, awesome, man. Hopefully you can make it. Tapping the shell. Is tapping the shell like a real thing, or is it just like this shell? And then Zip. Shelton's going live at 7:15 too. Sick. So if you guys get bored, you can always go over there. I'm glad Sheldon is doing live streams. Like I personally prefer live streams. Okay, like I think live streams you get to see like more authenticity. I prefer doing interviews live streaming, mainly because like you could tell if somebody actually cares about the questions they're asking, or they just have a list and they're just waiting to ask the next question, you know. But I like live streams. Okay, oi, what is up? Octopus red waving. What? What's GTSY? I'm confused. Okay, cool. So, I saw a lot of people celebrating. We should not be celebrating. All right. Yo, okay, I'll say hi to the chat first. And then we'll get into all the bull crap that every YouTuber spewing. Yeah, RecklessBen, he's out. Part 3 is out. There's some issues. Okay. Kevin Adams. Hey, Rally from Down Under. Hey, how you doing, man? Listening in while I work. The thumbnail had me super curious and concerned. Oh, you should be. You should be very concerned. Look, have you seen the BAM map updates? Not the updates. Hello, yes, Scripture Assembly and Rose. Julissa Castro, peace and blessings to all. Salute to you, Relic. Hope you are doing better. I am doing solid. RecklessBen is a hero. He is solid. Solid dude. Tina Johnson. Heck yeah. And T-Rex. I'm guessing for Rick P. Ooh, let's go, baby. What's up, Elaine? All right. All right. Hello, everyone. So here's the thing. Okay, first let me establish. Well, a lot of people are understanding. I'm not saying you guys don't understand this, but a lot of people don't understand. The gag order wasn't removed. He made a trade. Okay? What that trade was in court is like, okay, you pretty much can't do anything that you've been doing, but now you could commentate. If you're gonna do YouTube, you could commentate. You can't go within 100 miles of bricks and mini, or 100 miles, 100 yards of bricks and minifigs. They're home. Can't harass. Can't pretend to be someone you're not. You know, you can't do a lot of things. All right. That was the trade-off. And then it is not when the trial is over, where he actually is completely ungagged. It's not when they have a hearing either a few months from now, a few years from now, whatever it is. It is when the judge decides that it's over. Or whatever they do. And then on July 21st, if their lawyers don't fix a certain amount of things, he goes back to the Utah courts. Okay? This release of a gag order isn't a win. It's an opportunity for Ammon to see him slip up. Okay? And I'm going to explain why I'm pissed off. And the slip-ups, people messaged me. It pisses me off. So, I'm not going to read word for word, but okay. I hope Ben comes across this or watches this. Stop trusting people, man. Stop freaking trusting people. Listen to your lawyers, and that's it. The people you're paying, listen to them. That is it. So, to RecklessBen, to everybody in the chat, I got a message. Okay? From somebody who's just a fan. I checked them out. They're not a YouTuber. They're not an influencer. They're not doing nothing. So, they pretty much said, hey, I talked to this person who talked to this person who talked to RecklessBen. By the way, the persons they listed is nobody I know. And I'm not going to give the information they gave me. But they're like, I heard this happen. Is this true? This is amazing. It's a huge win for everybody. And my first thought was like, how the freak do you have this information? Because you shouldn't freaking have it. It's not public yet. Bricks and Minifigs didn't make an announcement. RecklessBen didn't make an announcement. Nobody made an announcement that's involved in this thing. So you shouldn't know this. Okay? And their claim is that RecklessBen told somebody who told somebody who told her. Okay? It's extremely concerning. Because it can also be used as ammunition. It is a huge win for all of us. Big win. It is amazing. It doesn't paint Bricks and Minifigs in a good light, but they would look better right now if it was announced before part 3. Okay? So I just said, oh, that's crazy. I don't know nothing, which I freaking knew. So if you're in the chat, don't freaking say what it is. Thank you for the DM. Gotta keep your mouth shut. Like, Ben, you're a good guy. You trust in people. I get it, you want to see the best in humanity. You're doing good work. But again, I understand your name, RecklessBen. Don't look for the loopholes. Right now is the beginning of the case. It is not like a victory lap right now. It ain't. Okay, because here's the thing. You can't do what you were doing before having somebody in your place. You know, remember the first video that you did? Can't do what you're doing before. Because for anybody understanding, if you get involved, a lot of good people who don't understand the law are going to want to help you. And that's it's a beautiful thing. It is awesome. But the courts don't care if you're naive, arrogant, or ignorant. If they get involved, they then are attached to the RICO case. And then they are facing 20 years in prison, just like you. And right now, like, think about how garbage Dan McNeff is. Think about how old he is, how big his house is. All the video we see, this guy has been able to dodge prison time. I've said this before. You guys should dig deep. As much as you guys think Ammon sucks, Dan McNeff is way worse. And he learned from his dad. All right? These guys know the law. They know how to play the game. Yeah, did Ammon in part 3 say some disgusting bullcrap, some lies? Yes, but it was for a purpose. Now he's able to get all the emails that have been given to RecklessBen. He knows who helped out RecklessBen. Like, if there are current... Sorry for the lag, people. Sorry for the lag. If there are current Bricks and Minifigs owners that helped out RecklessBen in those emails, they are completely screwed. Because Ammon knows how to play the game. This is a game. Dishonest people win all the time. This is not time. Like, people's lives are at stake here. It ain't just you no more. It's going to be a freaking problem. Okay? Like, you got to be careful. Like, this part of the... Like, when you study, like, why is GameStop still alive? They should be dead. Why is Home Depot? Why is 7-Eleven still alive? Look up a bunch of companies, how they became garbage companies, trash CEOs, and they're still alive. This phase that we're in, I personally call it the emotion transition. Okay? So, right now, we're getting away from the name Bricks and Minifigs. So the brand is going to be safe, and we're focusing on Ammon. That's not a bad thing. But that means Bricks and Minifigs brand will stay alive. It won't crash down. Because if somebody comes in, either buy or we find out through some investigation that there's a majority shareholder and they could get rid of these guys, even though they own the company, whoever's the majority shareholder can make that decision, appoint a new CEO, and then boom, it's a win. And Bricks and Minifigs is still alive. That is one of the possibilities, right? So right now, that emotional transition, that means 50-50. Bricks and Minifigs has a 50-50 shot of staying a healthy company and growing out of this lawsuit. They'll be fine in terms of, because now we're like attaching ourselves to the individual owners. We're seeing that there's a lot of nice owners. There's a lot of people that are now separating which ones are good, which ones are bad. That's why I said, like, people are going to gravitate towards Matt McNeff because they think he's the poster boy, he's the heart of gold, and everybody hates Ammon. Okay? That's what it looks like. But they're attached. So then it's going to have some forgiving period for a brand, for some people, and this happens all the freaking time. Okay? And at the same time, while there's all these distractions and all these changes, they are waiting. This guy, Ammon, knows what the freak he's doing. Don't underestimate your enemy. He is waiting for you to slip up. Don't try to find freaking loopholes. Everything, every idea, and that's the thing. RecklessBen, he's a creator. He's an ideas guy. He has a lot of ideas, and a lot of them are great. But the courts don't care about ideas. Okay? When something becomes vague in the eye of the law, it could be used against you. Remember, when cops say it will be whatever you say can and will be used against you, because it will. If you sneeze, it's going to be used against you. If you take a dump, it's going to be used against you. Whatever you do, they got an eye on you, and it's still federal. That means when they put that restraining order anywhere you travel, the police know where you are. They'll know if there's a bricks and minifigs within that city. The police departments, like I said, something nobody's talking about, the LA Police Department is involved, and nobody's pointing that out. The LAPD is assisting the American Fork Police Department. And there might be other police departments that are also assisting in this case. So if you fly to certain states, or pretty much any state that has a bricks and minifigs, that police department is going to understand that you have a restraining order there, and they're probably going to know that you're in that state. Okay? There's a lot of freaking bullcrap, and we'll keep going. Let's get back to the chat, say hello a little bit. But yeah. He did not make a trade, my brother. Those things were already in the TRO. Yes. So that's okay. A trade is he didn't get his full freedom of speech back. So he had to make a trade of like, okay, I won't do these things, therefore I can speak on it. So he can't do the same shenanigans that he was doing before. That's called a trade. He does not go back to the Utah courts. Look it up, July 21st. There are things in, if a lawyer screw up on a certain document or need to fix a certain thing, there's a time period, and July 1st is the date. If something is not fixed, he will go back to the Utah courts. I highly recommend you look up the law tubers because they will be able to explain that way better than I do, because I don't even understand it that much. But it's a thing. In that case, we'll only go back to the Utah courts if it's remanded by the federal judge. Yeah. Go look it up. Thank you, Rose. Samantha is Sam I Am. Thank you very much for giving live talk about this. Yeah, no problem. I always do live. And I got $2 by Rose. The case will only go back if remanded. Exactly. Rose is the very good, and you suppose, and please don't spam chat. It is distracting. The thing, yeah, Tyrannosaurus is the best. Never mind, Rose. There's just a lot and confusing to read all that. It's a lot to focus and read at the same time. Again, Sheldon is commentating on part 3. So if you guys get bored here, I'm super happy he's starting to do live streams because that's a great thing. Social media can sometimes be used to deter and weed out leakers. Yes, but DMs, first of all, anybody who DMs me, I'm never going to show them unless they are like super egregious, right? But like here, I'll point this out. In part 3, he could have edited out, like, RecklessBen, I believe he believes in people and wants them to do the right thing. Okay? You saw Dickless Ben right next to him in the car. And he probably is aware of all the crap that he has said to the police and just selling out everybody. Or it's also might be strategy where like, hey, everybody in the internet's going to hate you for a minute, but I need you to confess to the police all this stuff for either good footage or to see what they do, to see if we can weed out the corruption. It could be for a million different reasons, right? Or it could be just RecklessBen is just RecklessBen. So he could have edit him out and then just commentating as he did, like with a brick wall on the microphone. It's not a criticism or anything like that. And just saying he still like sees the good in people. You feel me? And I hope, again, I'm not friends with him. I know him sort of. We've had conversations. Like, we haven't hung out. He hasn't come to my wedding or anything like that. You feel me? So, like in Portuguese we say, or in Brazil we say, eu não coloco meu dedo no fogo. I don't put my foot my finger in the fire. Means like, I can't vouch for this dude. I'm not vouching for his character because I don't know him. Kind of thing. Yeah, Relic, did the McNeffs tell you to say this? No. I just know what a bad guy is like. The bad guys use the truth. Okay, they use the truth and manipulate it ever so freaking slightly, so then it becomes a lie. Because they don't just say blatant lies, and they distract you with the big lies. Okay? Because then you focus on that so that you don't see what they're actually doing to screw you over. Okay? Right now, what they're trying to do is find any tiny thing that Ben will do to screw up, or find a loophole that they could utilize to throw him in jail. Like, people have lost their life savings. People have shut down their stores because of the McNeffs. Okay? They've lost everything. That's the kind of stuff that happens. When that stuff happens, that's the kind of stuff that makes somebody off themselves, man. That freaking happens all around the world. Where somebody gets screwed over and they were nice people, and the only option they think, even though it's insane to think about, but people get desperate. All right? Like, it's understanding that when you're dealing with the law, they don't care about you. They don't care if you're honest. They don't care if you're telling the truth. They care what you can prove and what they can prove. Who has the better story, a better argument that they can utilize completely. Because there's already been things set up, like Ammon in multiple streams have said, oh, I was distraught, and then they, and like, I was heated already, and now I look like the most terrible person on the internet. And then, like, they could use that as like, I wasn't thinking straight, so I might have said some things. They're gonna use that kind of bullcrap, that kind of language. So then they're like, oh, it's inadmissible, or like, we're not gonna focus on him lying about setting the place on fire and killing people. So don't even worry about that, so that then they can win. Like, you have to understand, these guys understand the freaking law. They know how to manipulate it. They might, like, it looks stupid to us because we got law tubers helping us out, explaining all the details to us. But guess what? They've screwed over not only people like me, but really good people. And they're going to try to screw over Ben. Okay, now they understand that he's a worthy adversary, and they are prepping ammunition. You don't know if they have an ace in the hole. You don't know what they got. Like, I've seen so many people lose because they had one little hiccup. Whether it's legally, it's bad guys don't care. You could lose your life over something because somebody gets pissed off. When there's a bad guy involved, they could dedicate their entire life to destroying you. Out of spite. They don't care about the company no more. Who knows? And I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but people have done that. Like, they just throw away their whole life just to get one little win. They only know how to play the game on their home court. Not true. Not true. I've been saying this a while. Investigate these guys way deeper, especially Dan McNeff. It ain't their home court either, by the way. Get the emails was illegal and will bite them. None of the illegal things have bite them yet. Just finished watching. How'd you like it? How'd you like it? How do I pronounce that? The fluff? The fluff? Tree fluff? They are not screwed. Who? Dishonest people hide in darkness. The light reveals their misconduct, and they will be held accountable. Yes, sometimes only after this life. Met a lot of people that light was only shed on them after they died. Yeah. Ben also needs to be careful what he says. Yeah, multiple times in part 3 he says stole when Ammon said sold. And also, whether we believe him or not that he's dishonest, we don't actually know what he believed at the time he was talking to RecklessBen and Sheldon. We do not know. We believe because of the things we've given to us, but we don't know until there's discovery in court, which usually big companies never want to get to discovery ever. They'll settle because then all their dirty laundry is out there for the world to see. We don't really know. So they've been, like you said, the light will shine, but they've been in the dark. They've been prepping. They're not going down without a fight. So it needs to be taken very seriously. Yeah, the brand is not going to be safe. How's it, the proof is in the pudding. GameStop's still alive. Look at Home Depot. Look at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is the biggest franchise in the world. Look at McDonald's, Burger King. There's been a lot of crappy CEOs that have done extremely illegal things, went to prison for life. Brand's still fine. Just saying. Never communicate to their Slack or other DMs either, because it's all readable. That's fine as long as you're honest. Like they don't want it shown if it's honest on Slack. Just study companies, man. Study how companies failed, how companies got out of being destroyed. Jaguar is a good one to see their marketing campaign, their shift, and then they had to shift back and they're still alive. Like, you just got to study a lot. Yeah. Got to also think before you talk. I think, trust me, anybody that tells me information, it's never leaked out because I don't tell anybody else. I'll share something with someone pretty vaguely about like, hey, wait a day or two. Think about this. Hold up. Stuff like that. I see a lot of younglings not knowing how long corruption has ruled this earth, and we have to operate without technology unless it's needed. Yeah. Remember, I'm from Brazil. Like corruption, I lived here, but I moved back there. My family has always taught me about corruption, how to see it. It freaking happens. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see it when I was at Bricks and Minifigs. I thought it was all chill. But yeah. The courts absolutely care about ideas. I don't think they do care about ideas. And they like to use it against you. Here's if there's a restraining order, it's not about tracking Ben federally. The FBI isn't after him for like a narco situation. If there's a restraining order, let's say you take a flight. You don't think it's logged. They're like, hey, this person flew over here. The only way to not get that is driving and not getting pulled over, going state to state. Let's say you fly over somewhere. There's a Bricks and Minifigs at the city you flew to. Okay? Someone's going to be notified. Maybe not be the right police department. Who knows? Someone's going to be notified that like there's a person with a restraining order in a certain area. And they cannot go to this vicinity. So then when they're called, they're already prepped. Okay? And again, you don't know what the McNeffs, what Bricks and Minifigs is doing to either surveil this guy. Like, you don't know what they're doing. We know what Ben's doing. We see the videos. We see his updates. We don't freaking know what they're doing, man. You don't know. Remember, we are catching up. 2 years ago, this stuff was happening. You didn't know. None of us knew all of this was going on. The threats that he was already making. Like, we don't know. But just hi, Last Rec. Hey, what's up? What is up? So many facts don't care about your feelings. 100%. That keeps coming to mind. Hey, now get the F out of the bathroom when I poop. My bad. Stuff we're talking about with respect to the automatic remand of procedural and will not happen. The only way they could remand is if they plead a Utah doe, which still isn't for sure to work. I agree with you. You can read all the books and documents you want, and then somebody finds a way to utilize it against the system. Yes, but if you look at the lies together, it's RICO, and they go to prison. Now we see that they're doing, and they will pay for it. We see what they're doing, what they'll pay for it. Will the courts see what we see? Will the judge see what we see? How good is the lawyer? Why do you think legal movies are so entertaining? Even if they might be completely fake, things with lawyers involved. Because there's good like lawyers take whatever money. It doesn't matter if you're guilty or not. They know how to they're trying to win. No, the McNecks don't have lawyers so that they can lose this case. They're going to try to win. Okay? Like I said, like when it's announced, because it's already happened, there will be it's a big win for us, for the public, for the good people. It is a big win. But right now, it is not public. And there's some people that shouldn't know about this information that already know. So I'm telling you, like, if you're a good person, don't trust people. Everybody that has been screwed by bricks and minifigs is in the situation because we all trusted them. We all trusted somebody. All right? Most times when you're getting screwed is because you trusted somebody you shouldn't have trusted, but you wouldn't have known it, and nobody else would have known it either. So when there's a RICO case against you, when there's a modified gag order against you, when you still have hearings to go to, you need to be super careful and listen to your lawyers and only do what your lawyers say. And at least if you have ideas, you got to run by them and make sure that they're approved. All right? Then enter us who read through the lines of the word scramble. Yep. Kevin Adams, good to see you again. Their lies are like a magician's magic trick. Distract you with one hand and while stealing your wallet with the other hand. Yeah, if it's already stolen, it's already stolen. They actually do care if they're telling the truth, because if you're not telling the truth in court, it's perjury and you go to jail. Yeah, and then you got to prove the truth. If you can't prove the truth, it's not the truth. It's what you can prove. It don't matter doesn't matter what side you're on when it comes to the courts. There's no morality there. It is what you can prove, and that's it. That's it. It's illegal in court. Yeah. Okay. Chunishu. Oh, Relic. If you've been through what you've been through, few give up like that. What do you mean give up? I haven't given up. I just don't have money to take it to the court. You need money. A super before I go back to bed. Have a go. Hey, thanks for coming in, Zombie Box Reviews. Rose, the issue is currently is no one has yet to know who all is connected and involved, so it gets very hard to predict normal process because the web is still there. Like, for instance, somebody in the chat in my previous stream, they are interviewing Josh Johnson, I think tonight or tomorrow. Who knows what he's going to say? We all know he's a liar, but the courts don't care. If the lie can be proven to be true, then it is true in the eyes of the law because it was proven. Even if it's fake, even if you paid somebody, I don't know how to help everybody understand what corruption is. Yeah. An ace in the hole. We have aces in our holes. All right. No longer win now. We will take them down. I hope you're right. We're dedicating our lives to destroy them, sir. There are way more of us than them now. Yeah. Cool. But you had to arbitrate in Utah. Their home court. Just because it hasn't bitten them yet doesn't mean it won't, bro. Again, Dan McNeff, their dad, is walking free, is old, is about to die in the next 15 to 20 years from old age. Never been to prison. There's things I can't speak on, but if you investigate this dude, he should have been in prison a long time ago. This situation is a little scary. Anyone who has lived through someone changing the narrative to manipulate the story in their favor using the legal system, they know the law. It's what they do. Exactly. Like, you got to remember this. RecklessBen has recently got a lawyer. Ammon McNeff has had lawyers since RecklessBen was involved. Do you get at least that? At least they have had way more prep time to, whether you want to believe they are going to lie or they have more prep time to win. That plays a part. Now, again, a very passionate lawyer who knows what they're doing, they will do whatever it takes to win. You know, and they will, well, not whatever it takes, but they'll hopefully be good enough that it doesn't matter the prep time, they know how to win. GameStop is not run by a RICO family. Oh, they've done quite a bit of stuff, brother. You watched part 3? How was it? Your scripture assembly. I thought it was pretty good. I think you should watch it. Part 3 you should watch. Don't just play in the background. Watch it. It's solid. Again, sorry for the lag. The internet freaking sucks at night. It's the only time I could stream. Yeah. And go investigate them. Do you not know what 7-Eleven is doing right at this minute? How many hostile takeovers they've had just this month? He did do videos on GameStop. He was a manager for 13 years, I believe. Fake people. I'm in law school, brother. I do know some stuff. No, that's cool. You know some stuff. Like, you know the law. That's cool. I know criminals. Okay? Like, they know, like, there's levels. White collar crime exists. And they win a lot before they lose. Change the process. It doesn't continue. So we need to change the process so it doesn't continue being allowed. We have technology to stop it. Yes, we didn't know what was going on because they didn't want us to know what was going on. That's the point. Here's one. Johnson & Johnson faces over 68,000 active lawsuits alleging its talc-based baby powder products contain asbestos and cause ovarian cancer. Yeah. Now we know. Now they're scared. But they might not be scared. The story has me by my britches. Yeah. I'm in law school. $2 from Rose. I'm in law school. Mark my words. Bam, Rico prison. I hope so. I hope you are 1,000% correct. Because the problem isn't that, okay? The problem isn't the law being perfect. The problem is one of the reasons why, like, it's not that it was easy, but one of the reasons he has his freedom of speech back is so that they could keep an eye on him, Ammon, and his lawyers to see what kind of slips up he makes. Because they know he's going to have great ideas. They know he's going to still go out there and do his best to help the good people out. And sometimes those good ideas go against what the law has stated he can do, or the courts have stated he can do. Okay? I'll give you one example. All right? Again, the person that contacted me and I already knew this information, but said this information that shouldn't be public, is just a random person. If he is communicating with certain people, that's it. Understand? Like, huge violations. Illegal. For him. Like, I don't know how. Like, and again, I'm no freaking lawyer. But if you talk to any lawyer, like, what are the things that could screw over Ben immediately? Ask him. There is a list. If he does any one of these various things, boom, 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 boom. What's up, my Portuguese brother? Tony. Que pasa, dude? Okay, these people are very naive, but the legal system and attorneys/judges. Yes. Cody, it is almost like they all think the same and don't know another way. We only know the public records and the surface level details. We don't know what is not public, and sometimes that is better in certain circumstances. Yeah, that's why like very big companies, they don't want discovery. Like if any of you guys are aware when Gina Carano went against Disney, right? One person, it was a great time to understand that like one person that knows the truth, knows the right people, has enough money, can fight against a big corporation. As soon as those talks of discovery, Disney doesn't want that because then their dirty laundry is out in public. If Bricks and Minifigs get towards discovery, after that, then there could be trial. And like, I don't know the perfect process, but they don't want discovery because then everything is put out. Okay? They're going to try to fix things or do something before that or trip him up before that. Is charged with it. These people are so naive. It happens, man. People who go to school are usually naive. If it's proven with lies, then that is not true. If something is proven, regardless if it's a lie, regardless if it's fake, but in their eyes that's proof, then it is proof. How many people have gone to jail and then 20 years later, they realized they were innocent? 10 years later, 2 years later, it's time you can't get back. They still went to jail. Part 3 is insane. It's called corruption. So now I can tell many here have never owned a business or been to legal. Yeah. It's crazy. Yo! The real JBF Films. Hey, look at that minifig right there. And then Bobby the Cat. I hope all the McNaffs are legally held responsible for all their illegal activities. And that's the thing. That's the hope. Hope is great. Hope is, again, sorry for the lag, people. It will be fixed hopefully by the end of this week. Hope is great to have. It's not a problem. A problem is understanding that people have used the law to do some bullcrap. People have used the law against the good people. Like, why do you think they could drag something out so that you drain all your money? Like, that's the first tactic. Hey, these people don't have much money, so we're going to drag it out. We're going to push it back until they run out of money. Therefore, the case gets thrown out because there's no case, because they can't fight. You know, like, it's like, think about it this way. If you're going into a boxing match and you have a knife and you keep cutting your opponent before you get in the ring, they're bleeding to death. They got to go to the hospital. They can't get in the ring. You go in the ring, it's a forfeit. You win. Ta-da! Just have to do it behind closed doors. You get that? Hope that cleared that up. My Wi-Fi is the same, bro. I swear there's like a specific time when it gets bad. My wife is also watching probably a K-drama or two. Doesn't help you understand the real... school doesn't help you understand the real world. Yeah. Think about it this way. It's against the law to punch somebody publicly in the face, but it still happens. And then you can get killed. And that person walks away. They committed something illegal. And maybe they never catch the guy. Ta-da! Could do illegal things and get away with it. It's insane. Not condoning that. Yeah, they shut down BJC's stream. If they were super scared, they wouldn't have shut it down. What they're doing is being tactful. You're conflating fear with tact. It was GNA. So look, probably many cops have corruption. So yeah. It's big news in Australia recently with 7-Eleven taking back franchises and there's no compensation. Exactly. It's currently franchise churning over there in Australia. What, they've taken over like 50, right? And guess what? Not in the news, not on YouTube. You guys don't know about it. Not many people know about it. Australia. I'm suing my daughter on iPhone for violating my grammar rights. I'm sick of this. Didn't Kim Kardashian do that? Yeah. So the other thing is this. It's like, okay, here's the thing. Ben is very open to talking to people. He's super nice guy. Like, as what you see in the videos is exactly how he is. But again, none of us here are sleeping with the dude. None of us here are freaking living with the guy. None of us here grew up with him. At least I don't think. Okay? We realize that he's smart, he's creative, and he cares. That combination sometimes can screw you over because you care so much. You trust in the wrong people. You do things that you think are okay. And like, Ben is humble enough. He even pointed out in that the Cum guys, freaking Mr. Cum, the news guy. He did an interview with him, and he said like, oh yeah, like I don't regret things, but I wish I knew more information. Like instead of running with a $200,000 number, he would have gotten the correct number. He himself admitted it. He can. Self-reflection is a very difficult thing to do. Okay, it is. And he's able to do that. But again, that's self-reflection. That's after the fact, right? So he's a human being and he can screw up. And that is one of the things they're banking on. Okay? That's the easiest. If he screws up in any way, that's the easiest way for Ammon and Bricks and Minifigs to win. It's very clear. They didn't do this to help him. They didn't keep fighting to keep in gag order to help him. They're like, all right, like, give me provision so that you can start talking again. All right, can't do it. Pretty much any of the things that you're doing to make these documentaries, you can't keep continuing to do it that way. Right? Is the sound at least getting through, by the way, people? Is it getting through all right? Or is it lagging and then cutting off the sound? Because that would be a pain in the freaking butthole. So myself, I need Aaron Brokovich. Yeah, she'll remember everything. Oh, but again, by the way, like and subscribe, people. You gotta understand. Everybody needs to understand how corrupt something can get and how corrupt people can get. Sound is perfect. Okay, that's what matters. I know I have a beautiful face, but as long as the sound gets through, we're sitting pretty. And my only question is, why did Ben use his own email to email Ammon? Why? Again, a lot of people don't learn until after. Okay? Like, he thought, you got to think about Ben's situation. He just thought, like, if he can go confront them face to face and talk to him and be nice, that they could reach some sort of understanding. You could think that's naive. You could think whatever. But when he emailed them, it was probably just like, oh, let's do this the right way, the process. Cool, I have my email. Awesome. Any email that's yours is your personal email. I don't care. It's your personal email, right? So then when he saw that these guys suck and are not going to help, he kept he gave a lot of benefit of the doubt. He didn't go straight to like, oh, he effed me around. Now I'm going to sue. We should connect the dots here and here and here. He didn't do that. He still kept trying to resolve all this in a very fair way from what we understand. Got that? Obviously, to the McNeff's eyes, it wasn't that. It was hostile the whole way, even though they're the ones that are hostile. You got to also understand the bad guy's perspective. Bad guys don't believe they're bad guys. They believe they're the good guys. That's almost always throughout history. And that, like, the people who believe they're bad are just brainwashed and don't understand them. Or they're manipulated. That's how bad guys think most of the time. It's the difference between evil and bad. Evil people understand they're bad and they like it. Therefore, they do even worse things, so they are evil. Bad guys, different. You guys should watch the movie Falling Down to kind of understand. I hope Ben has a friend like you in his ear to let him know that his free speech rights were restored, yes, but also to watch his moves. I hope so too, because that's the other thing. Like, I've heard some of his friends like, oh yeah, it's a rush, like, you know, they're chasing that dragon type of deal, and you got to understand the human psyche. I don't think Ben will fall for this stuff, but you never know. You know, like, think about it this way. He went from, like, he's homeless, he's trying to help people, he's not particularly, like, doing super well in life, to, like, this story in, like, 2 weeks, he got, like, 1 million subs, or 3 weeks, got 1 million subs. You know, he might be making some good money now so that he could defend himself, all that stuff. If you have the wrong people around you, that could get to your head. All right? Like, you don't know, like, he might not change with money. Maybe some other people change with money. Who knows? We don't know the day-to-day life. We don't know what the day-to-day life of the enemy is. We don't know what's going on 100%. It's great to see the updates. It's great to see these videos. Entertainment. All right? Like, I always point this out. I don't care if it's resolved in some sort of crazy climax of a story. It's even better to just resolve closed doors, and then one day Ben announces, like, yeah, it's all over. Thanks, guys. Goodbye. Because at least we know it's settled and everything. Everybody's going to be all right. I'm not looking for entertainment. Justice needs to prevail. You feel me? And if Ben is not careful, Ben is not listening to the right people, if Ben is just, like, indulging in himself, that's the problem. Remember, his name is RecklessBen. He needs to listen to his lawyers and share with them every idea that ever comes through his head. All right? He needs to tell him when he's going to go jack off. He needs to tell him when he's going to go jump off a roof. He needs to go tell him when he's going to take a piss. All right? Like, that's how closely the other side is looking at them. They're probably not sleeping. You feel me? The bad guys aren't that smart. They're smart enough to get this far. Anybody who can achieve $400 million or millions of dollars by screwing people, they have a form of intelligence that needs to be respected. Even if they're not smart, they are clever and tactful and manipulative enough that you need to respect that and understand who you're dealing with to fight them. Yeah. If they were so smart, they wouldn't have told on themselves. Again, everything could be a tactic. Your sound is good. Yes, folks. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you know when the last relic is live. Don't be stingy with the likes. It's a free way to support. Thank you. Buffy Bot. Can't wait to chat with you tomorrow. Oh, hey, yeah. By the way, everybody, I will be going on stream. And I always forget the name of the channel. Wine something, right? I apologize. Wine and Chill or something like that. Feel free to put it in the chat, and I'll put a link at the end of the stream. But okay, wait. It's right here. I think. Da-da-da-da. Unless you are able to write in the chat first. Or not. Freaking A. How many videos did I watch before this stream? It's crazy. Anyways. The True Crime and Wine Time. I will be going on their stream. 12 p.m. Eastern. For some of you, it'll be in the morning. You know, it'll be like 11 a.m., whatever it is. Make it the sense. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. So, all right. Yo, JRB Chaser. Hey, I just saw your thumbnail. And what is the danger? Okay, what is the danger? I'll reiterate for anybody who's popping in right now. I got a DM of somebody who has information that they should not have, that haven't been announced by any of the people that you currently follow that's inherently a part of this story. That would be really good news for all of us, and we're all going to cheer when we actually hear this good news. And this chick DM'd me, asked me, did you know this? Because I talked to this person who talked to this person who talked to Ben. And I know it's nobody that I know. It's not Echo Base. It's not Camelot. It's not Toy Bounty Hunters. It's none of them that I know that divulged this information to some, I hate to say it, random person. And that means, like, if it's true that they talked to Ben, that means Ben is being a little loose with who he talks to. And he needs to be careful. Okay? He needs to be careful on who, maybe he has a spy, on who's spying on him, on somebody who's a turncoat, on who he's divulging information to. His lawyers need to know every conversation that he's having. His lawyers need to know every freaking detail that is a part of this case. Because right now the problem is that he has this trade of a gag order, and if somebody else violates it on his behalf, like he has done in the past, not violating, but has done in the past, where like he sent a friend to be the person to interrogate or talk to another person, now they will be involved in the RICO. And there's a lot of good people with good intentions, but it doesn't matter your good intentions. You could get freaking screwed. So then if you're attached to the RICO, you could be 18 years old and now you're facing 20 to life because you helped out a good guy with your good intentions, but the law saw it as you were violating the legal agreement that they have stated to you. Understand? And $7.99 from Kevin Adams, my man. My worry is Spineless Ben is a double agent for BAM or for police department to protect himself. He's likely done a deal to be a police witness. It's possible he signed an affidavit. It's also possible, again, I've also pointed out, the American Fork Police Department is being helped out by the LAPD. And there's only one video that I know of that came from RecklessBen himself saying that. Okay? It's not being talked about. There are a lot of police departments that might be involved. And I cannot say which ones, but they are aware of where he is. Because if it truly is corrupt and they're working with the McNeffs, they want to catch him. It's not crazy to think about. And Spineless Ben is still in the part 3, right? And we know that he just gave everything to the police. And Ben, Reckless Ben, he has a good heart, and I do believe he cares. Like, I don't know him. All right? But I do, and I want to believe that he cares about people and he gives them the benefit of the doubt, and he is a forgiving person. And that's probably why Spineless Ben stayed in the video. I don't know what talks they had after, but he's at least in part 3. He didn't edit him out, you know? Havoc, hi, Les Relic in chat. We had a lot of thoughts about part 3. Ooh, are we going to talk about it tomorrow? Because that would be sick. Oh, Spineless Ben is the little brown kid in the car that's with him. He just practically gave his social to the, like, if he had a body in the backyard, he would have told the police. He sold out Ben as soon as he was like documenting stuff for Ben, allegedly in front of Josh Johnson's house. Exactly what they want. It's not being scared. It's understanding. You see, you don't get it. Sorry, Rose, but you're not understanding this. Spineless Ben is too stupid to be a double agent. Yeah, you want them to be stupid to be a double agent. You don't want somebody smart and clever. That's crazy. They got this Google data, so cell tracking. Yep. Got cell tracking. Like, think about it this way. Ammon McNeff created lies to get the police on his side, or maybe they're just corrupt. We don't have full evidence yet of, like, their connection, but he at least got them on his side. And then he made up crazy lies that are disgusting that allowed them to investigate everything to see if it was ever spoken, written, or communicated that he threatened Bricks and Minifigs in the ways that they claim he threatened. So, what does that mean? They get to go through his freaking email. They get to go through all this stuff. Yeah, no, those lies didn't bite them in the butt, dude. That's how the system worked. They were able to get the email. If their goal is to get the email, they got it. The Ben dude that was, yeah. Yeah, you should look him up. He sucks. Lied about Ben saying that he was being paid to be there. Yeah, lied about that too. And it's about what you say. Remember, what you say can and will be used against you. Give the police his phone and let them record scrolling through everything. And let him go through his pictures. That was insane. Too stupid to be a perfect informant. Yeah. As long as Ben, the real one, listens to his attorneys. Yeah, and I hope he is listening to his attorneys. That's the thing. Because also, let's say you don't listen to your attorneys and they find out, they can also drop you as a client. Like, yo, you're not listening to us. I'm not in the business to lose. I believe in you, but if you're not going to listen to us, then go find somebody else. I'm not saying he isn't listening to his attorneys, but right now he really needs to listen to his attorneys. If the mob told on each other to get out of RICO, which is who RICO was created for in the first place, imagine a good Samaritan who is up against a corruption at a high level. Yeah, and the mob still exists. Preston, what's up? Got another look coming back. Spineless Ben is a blind double agent. Word. Flock surveillance cameras track your car face all over America. Yeah, I'll be coming out, like, for instance, Bricks and Minifigs, they hold a lot of the evidence that is against them. Right now, the Gormans are requesting the Slack messages because a lot of the information is on there. I'll be making a video soon that if you just dig a little bit, you'll find it. You'll find it super easy, and I'll put it on my video how you find it. It's the easiest freaking thing that for some reason nobody is doing, and you could see people stealing from her store from January 23rd or January 1st of 2023 and January of 2024. People breaking in, and then you could see where other cameras are in the store that might have filmed either Josh taking things to the U-Haul or Brandon. It might have filmed Brandon moving sets so he could take pictures to make the shelves look empty. It would have seen all the angles in the store. You guys understand that? And remember, things are pretty quiet on Brandon and Josh's part, other than their threats. So who knows if they're already done with certain parts of the case. And he has 6 different lawsuits against him. I had attorneys once because I was sued once upon a time. Listen to those guys. You will get good results. Yes, you will. 1 second here, ladies. All right, and we got 69 watching. I think that is a record. Thanks, everybody, for being here and listen to me ramble again. I'm just giving my thoughts. Oh, son of a gun. So, I'm just trying to make sure it's not lagging. Trying to turn off all the freaking Wi-Fi devices. Has it been lagging a lot, people? Okay, all they had was hearsay. That alone is not enough to establish reasonable, articulate suspicion, let alone probable cause. Yep, you're true. You're correct. Again, we've seen the cops do whatever the hell they want to do. You know what I mean? So let's see here. Yeah, but yeah. So again, there's things I know that I'll never divulge until the information is out there. And I'm not even going to give hints at it. But it's because I care. Like I've pointed out early on the stream, for those who just got here, people have lost their entire lives over Bricks and Minifigs. From the stuff that Bricks and Minifigs did to them. That they went bankrupt, foreclosed on their house, and they are just trying to survive. That kind of stuff, you have no idea the kind of stress that puts you through, especially if you have a family. That somebody's just trying to destroy you for no freaking reason. You think you're an honest person, you think you did everything right, and someone just comes along and is like, hey, I can legally do this to you because I believe I can. Boom. And then you're destroyed financially. That's the kind of stuff that makes people start having dark, deep thoughts. That they'll swallow the barrel, a double barrel. They'll turn on the gas inside they'll turn on the car inside a closed garage. That stuff happens. Not saying it's happened with Bricks and Minifigs or anybody that's been involved. But when you have everything taken away from you, you feel pretty damn hopeless. And at this point, innocent people are more involved than normal. And it's going to be somewhat on Ben if he's getting other innocent people involved when they don't understand and they don't have lawyers themselves to consult whether it's a good thing to be a part of something with him. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of things that will go against him from people with good hearts, from people with good intentions. Because when you play a dirty game, a dishonest game, you want people to do good things with good intentions because then you can destroy them because you're playing a different game. The law is a freaking game. Will you be able to take the stand if Bam gets grilled? Hell yeah, I will. I'll freaking take this stand. If anybody asks me to take this stand, dude, all I have to do is tell the truth. Hell yeah. If Bam is straight up deleting and concealing evidence, I don't know. You'd have to ask a lawyer. There's a lot of tubers that'll probably answer that. I personally wouldn't be the one that would know. All good, mine sick lag. That's me, man. Mr. Lag. I won't say who sent me, but somebody sent me a PC. I'm getting it fixed. And in the future, we'll be all good. We'll actually use Ethernet because I'm using Wi-Fi and a MacBook that has 1 gig left. There's a small amount of lag, but it's not enough to disrupt the flow. Cool. And I move a lot when I talk, so that's probably hurting it a bit. The American dream is to start your own business, and Bam is straight up selling a lie and ruling families forever. These things aren't easy to recover from. They're not. And on the July 4th stream, I talked about how, I've been ruined, I've been destroyed by this whole thing. But in this beautiful country, there's still the American dream, even after you get screwed. There's still hope after. It takes a while for you to start believing that hope again, but you could, in this great country, you can come out of it. If this happened to me in Brazil, probably couldn't. Probably be seeing me forever doing just a regular job. I wouldn't be opening any other businesses. You know? The explosion takes out innocence. Too fun. Keep it coming. For Havoc. Didn't you make a similar request in asking for the emails and phone conversations you had with them? They want to hold on to anything that incriminates them. So sorry, like I can't imagine how you feel. No, thank you. Yeah, so like that's the other thing. Like I've talked about it. Like I had a pretty decent case at the time, but the longer it takes for you to sue somebody, the less validity your case has. That's why you should do it immediately. I contacted lawyers immediately, but ran out of money. I wasn't banking on using all my freaking savings, you know, and then family emergencies come up. Like a lot of things come up, you know, cars break down, whatever it is. Yeah, so then I ran out of money. And then when I got lawyers a second time, I didn't have money to put the down payment. You guys know this. And they came in and hired somebody in that same law firm, and now it's a conflict of interest. So a year of work just went out the window, and now I have to find some other law firm with, like, I went to that I knew and trusted, but I didn't have money to keep up, right? And then I have a wife and kids. I got to take care of them. I got to go to work. I got to bring home the bacon, you know? So, yeah. So, like, it pissed me off when people say you gave up. I'm like, lick my balls, give up. Why don't you try going through the same thing? It's true. Money is what makes the lawyers happen. It's the only language they speak. Tyrannosaurus Rick with the 10. We appreciate your candor on this. No one liked the wet mop on a subject, but getting other perspectives is always good. Yeah, you could say I'm negative because of what I went through, but we have to point out the dangers of what's going to happen and what the other side is trying to do. I get it. Like, his videos are great. We're all trying to be hopeful. We're all like, heck yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is over. We're going to win. The good guys are going to win. We don't freaking know until we get the damn results. We don't freaking know. I'm pissed off because there's things I know that shouldn't be happening right now. And it could hurt the guy. It could hurt a good guy. I don't want to see good people get hurt no more. You guys got it? Like, I did everything that I believe I could have to protect myself, and I still got screwed. It's a freaking simple thing. And KJS Collect Super Sticker. Is this your first? Is this your first? The 99 cents. My man, thank you. Oh, why was it conflict of interest if they were talking to you first? So it doesn't matter if they're talking to you. It matters if you've paid. So the second one, I was talking to them, and I was trying to come negotiate a deal, but they're like, no, you could save up for a down payment, but in the meantime we could talk, you know. And then when I was getting close, I didn't have the money yet. I think we were talking for like 4 or 5 months. And they just said, they sent me an email like, hey, we can recommend you another law firm, but now that we looked into our own law firm, we have a conflict of interest, meaning Bricks and Minifigs, either it could be complete coincidence. I don't know. It could also be that they found out I was reaching out to these lawyers, and then they have the money. They hired somebody in that law firm, so then therefore they can't represent me anymore. They can't do anything with me anymore, and they need to notify me so that they can't talk to me no more. So it's just time that went down the drain, and I was working like 100 hours a week to save up so that I could put this down payment to at least have 1 month of a retainer. Didn't work out. So that's how it worked. I'm baking like turkey bacon. $5 from GRB. Thank you. Oh, why was conflict of interest if they were talking to you first? Because yeah, my man. Oh, my girl. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. What is a Rico? Itsutsu Ronin. Look it up. For me, it's hard to explain because I'm a moron and I'm not a lawyer. Rose was in the chat. Maybe he or she could explain because they're super into the law and they believe in it 100%. You should always believe in the government. Don't do that. Tyrannosaurus Rick, I wasn't meaning that negativity. I think your perspective is spot on. No, thank you. No, but it's like I have to be somewhat negative because it's great that there's all this positivity. And again, freaking they're waiting for him to screw up. I don't care if it's like jaywalking. They're waiting for something. This isn't an even trade, in my opinion. This isn't like, oh yeah, fine, you could start clowning on us again. You don't think they're going to get anything, they're looking to get anything out of that? Hey, if we're going to let this guy talk, we need to put some provisions in there, see what we can get him on. And he needs to be real careful. He needs to keep communicating. I'm telling you, he needs to notify when he pisses to his lawyers. He needs to notify every detail because the other guys are looking at every detail. They're probably not even freaking sleeping. That's how bad guys work. Evan Adams at the last rec. Despite what Bam did to you, this scandal has brought your story out. Oh, thank you. You've made friends with Toy Bounty Hunter and Echo Base, and your own stream profile has increased. So congrats. No, thank you. Like, again, silver lining. It's awesome. If you guys ever want to make it on YouTube, just make sure you get screwed out of like all the money you've ever made, and then get into $500,000 in debt, and then have nobody believe in you for a minute, and then make sure RecklessBen exposes the company that you got screwed by, or the people. That's how you make it on YouTube, apparently. They probably got a secret warrant for your email. Yeah, I've only emailed him 3 times, and I'd be willing to freaking read it on stream. All it was is my phone number, my story twice, and that's it. Just looked it up. Rico, racketeer, influence, and corrupt organization. Yeah, part 3 was way too one-sided as an attack on Ammon. Ben's opening up another civil case against him. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Little Bricks, hello. Yeah, it's one-sided, but deservingly so, because he might make parts of every single character that has been involved. Now, a lot of people have been investigating the other Bricks and Minifigs, or are in talks with other Bricks and Minifigs owners, and that's why I say this is the emotional. I consider this part of a case the emotional transition, where now we're getting away from the name Bricks and Minifigs and we're focusing on the characters. So now the Bricks and Minifigs has a 50-50 shot of still being a live and well company after the fact, because if information comes out that there's a majority shareholder that can make decisions by removing Ammon or Matt, or making Matt the CEO because we find out something, because apparently a lot of people are on Matt's side and just hate Ammon, and that was true even when I was there. Like, oh, Matt's the one you could talk to, Ammon's gonna be a dick, right? So right now it's that emotional transition where we actually get to focus on the characters, focus on the individuals that are doing all this bullcrap, and then leaving the good people who own a Bricks and Minifigs and care about their community and were bamboozled into stick with this company. They're the ones that hopefully will make it out, right? And then, as you saw, I think it was the Kalamazoo store, whichever one was the pricks that put up that post making fun of Brian. That was insane. So they could get screwed. There's still good people involved. Lou at Little Bricks saw part 3 last night, and it seemed like most everything was things we already know. So here's the emotional side of it. So we knew that Ammon made those threats, right? If you remember, I don't know, I'm not super into the NFL. Remember when there was like this NFL player that beat the crap out of his girlfriend in an elevator, and people heard about it, and even his girlfriend came out like, oh yeah, like I was out of line, and they're like, all right, you have 1 month suspension. But as soon, and everybody was like, damn, that sucks, but whatever. As soon as the footage came out, now it was an uproar, and people for a year, like he couldn't play for a year. Almost got kicked out of the NFL or whatever, or I think he did. And I don't, you guys might know NFL way better than me, but that actually happened. I have to talk to my brother, who he knows about the NFL like crazy. And so you hearing about it is one thing. Once you see it, it becomes way more impactful to the individual, to the people who see it. So then it becomes way more serious. So there's a lot of stuff that we already knew, but it was to highlight how much Ammon was willing to go after Ben, in my opinion, and to highlight that there was another police department involved. Now, again, you might have just come in the chat, but the LAPD is also involved, and possibly other police departments that are assisting the American Fork Police Department. We don't know. In Texas, lawyer starts advising on your case, they have to go with you first person. Was told by 2 lawyers that helped me. The other side tried to hire them and has to get denied for a comp. That's nice. Should have opened a Bricks and Minifigs in Texas. Needs to officially cut RecklessBen is too kind. Yeah, RecklessBen is very kind. He could have edited him out and just did, because like he didn't have to be in the video. He could have just cut, Dickless Ben out and then just talking to Mike. The information that he was giving with him next to him was not important. But like again, he trusts too many people. I think RecklessBen is trusting too many people. That's why I got that DM and it pissed me off because this information is not supposed to be known by a regular person that isn't even making reports. It's just somebody that's like a fan. And by the way, thank you for being so nice. I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're upset, but you shouldn't like you don't know me. You don't know who you talk to. You don't know who's on whose side. Like I'm definitely on Ben's side, but that to me is a little too reckless, him divulging information if it's true. If it's true that he's the one that divulged it. Because all the parties that you told me, I don't know those parties. So that's what could screw him over. Okay? Because this information, again, I'm going to reiterate, it is very positive information for all of us. We'll all be happy and cheering. And YouTubers will make a ton of money because they'll post it immediately. Okay? But it won't paint Bricks and Minifigs in as much of a negative light. We're still going to be pissed for what they did. But in order to keep the negative hype around, they can't. At least RecklessBen won't make that announcement right now. He put part 3 out, right? To keep the hype going. And that also could be used against them. And I won't say... I'll stop there before I get into like the theory that could probably expose the news that isn't supposed to be out yet. But yeah, it's we gotta be careful. Don't freaking trust nobody. I don't care how good somebody's intentions are. Don't trust nobody. Listen to the lawyers. And forgive, but don't stay involved. If you want to forgive Dickless, Spineless Ben, just don't stay involved. Sheldon's stream ended. Cool. Oh, so I wasn't good enough for you, huh? All right, thug. All right. No, you're good. I'm actually glad that he started live streaming because to me, I've always thought it was more authentic. You get to see the person. Sometimes they're a little nervous, but especially if they're doing an interview, you get to see that they're not just trying to read questions and get the interview over to leave. They're actually trying to care about what the answer is and all that stuff. Yeah. By the way, I have Lego Brickheads coming soon on Rebrickable. RecklessBen, Ammon, and Josh. Oh, well, for real. Yeah, that's what's up. It's collectibles. What, they're making only 5,000? I'll go watch Sheldon's video after this. Word. That was Schaumburg, Rachel. I have been in Schaumburg location before. Well, hello, Rachel. Thank you for coming back in. And what? This is getting dumb. Another Bricks and Minifigs Facebook was making fun. No way. What is wrong with these people? Park the Ferrari? Yeah, I had to park it. Both Mormons against truth. Come on, lad, be weird. I'm always weird. Great stream. This is all dangerous game for Ben. Brick by brick. Yeah, and again, we want him to win. But the game has changed. It is not. This isn't a win. I don't believe it's a win for free speech. He has restrictions on what he knows best. And from what we could tell of Ben, he's a very creative guy. He has a lot of ideas. He is smart and clever, but those don't always mix. And if he steps the line, there's going to be issues. If he has somebody else step the line for him, they're attached. You know what I mean? And I'm no lawyer, but I would recommend asking these questions. Whatever questions you think you have for me, that's like a legal thing, go ask a lawyer. If I could get your head thinking, when BJC is live, like go send a question to her, and then you'll see if I'm right. Again, by the way, you guys are gonna receive a lot of lag. Sorry. Okay, don't show all the cards. LOL. Yep. No one should be angry at truth. You are being honest because you have a level of insight that we as people who didn't go through what you did need to consider in this situation. Yeah. And like, I'm not like, I'm in communication with people. Okay. And anything I talk in private, I will never divulge. That's it. That's just it. Unless they tell me it's cool to talk about it or I should talk about it. But I won't point it out. You know? Like, I didn't tell anybody I talked to RecklessBen until I saw myself in the video. Actually, somebody called me and was like, dude, did I just see you on a video? I'm like, word. Unless McNeff stepped down, I don't know if BAM goes bankrupt. Well, I would investigate, see who's the majority shareholder. If any of the McNeffs are, you should look up who it might be, if any. If there's a majority shareholder that isn't the McNeffs, they can get him out. Right? And that's where Bricks and Minifigs can be saved. You guys got that? Last Relic Clark Kent is way better than the Dean Cain weird. I like Dean Cain. Well, holy crap. And Havoc, and if you find yourself being questioned by police at any time, there's only 3 utterances that should come out of your mouth. I don't answer questions. I plead the 5th, or lawyer. Yep. I will say, if I read BAM's employees' reviews on Indeed, under 3 of 5 stars, no benefits and terrible pay. Not surprised. Are you talking about like corporate? I paid my employees well. I'd rather pay my employees well than have like a million employees. You know, like my employees were getting paid anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. I think the most I ever paid was $22 an hour, maybe 23. Yeah. The lawyers reviewed part 3. Actually, scratch it. I think when I had a manager, he was getting paid $25 an hour. Doesn't take lawyers to see Ammon wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but it takes lawyers to prove it. Correction 4. I do not consent to any searches of seizures. Yes. Dean Cain is awesome. Dean Cain is an absolute prick. Somebody doesn't like immigration, and it is Stan Lexi. Yo, Salt in Exile. Being real diverse right now. Google says Dan McNeff still owns 75% of BAM. Is that true? No. They do not. What's minimum wage in your area? So the law has changed. DeSantis screwed over small businesses. I liked him before. No, don't like him too much now, but it's not because of this. But it became $15 an hour, I believe. And then Tyrannosaurus Rex comes in with the 10. When do you suppose you will lower the cost of your membership? 14. Oh my gosh, my bad, dude. It just said activate, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I was scrolling through, and I'm like, I thought like as I was scrolling through the numbers, it was just like, oh, there's like 50 different tiers. And I was like, cool. Like I get, and it's a little weird. Like it'll be like stage 1, 2, 3. So I thought like 3 would be like $15.99, and I was gonna put like $3.99, I think, for tier 1. Because I see people like Echo Base has like Jedi, Padawan, Jedi Master, Jedi Knight. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And so I thought I was doing that, and I just saved. So my bad. I have to change that this week or tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow. Politicians always flip-flop on the voter. Yes. Says the lawsuits was dropped 19 days in. Dan still owns it. Yeah. Again, I would read everybody's name that you see on a corporate file and see who has shares and who doesn't. If he still owns it, does it say if he ever sold any shares? Does it say if he's no longer the majority shareholder? Does it say who are the ones that were invested in the first place? Was there a silent investor? Were there CPAs involved? There's a lot of things that could go into like where maybe he stayed as owner until he sold shares off. And maybe he still owns some because they can't force him to sell shares or couldn't prove something to make him sell shares. What's BAM report on Glassdoor? Have no idea. On the Paraguay, Messi, Trump. Yeah, but $15 is a bit much. Yeah, my bad. Don't do any members. Okay? I thank anybody who tried. Thank you. I'm just happy you guys are here. All right? Colin, what up, man? BJC will have that. BJC should know because I'm saying BJC is a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. What I'm saying is right now is the time where Ammon and Bricks and Minifigs are waiting for Ben to screw up. This is not a victory lap. It's not time for us to celebrate. It is time to lock the freaking, like, here's what I'll point out. If you read his gag order trade, which some people would call it a trade, everything, if he filmed part 3 after the fact, all of that would be in violation. You understand? So since it was filmed before the fact, he's not in violation, so he could put it out. Anything he does from now on, there could be problems. Good Lord. But yeah, anywhere to look there. So 99, we've almost hit 100 in concurrent viewers. Thank you. But yeah, so RecklessBen needs to unfortunately not be so reckless right now. And we understand that part 3 was great. It was fun, awesome. We got more information on Ammon McNeff. But that's the thing. Is like, where do we go from here? At all of us. Okay, he's able to talk now. Who the freak is he talking to? Because he needs to stop talking to us. He needs to post his videos, have his lawyers vet, but he needs to stop talking to, like, I'm not saying to an individual, but to like just a random person that has no skin in the game. You know what I mean? Who he can tell that is not genuine because he cares so much about people. He trusts a lot of people, I think, from what I can tell. He seems like somebody who really cares. And I still say I don't put my finger in the fire. That's the Portuguese term. Because we're not like freaking, like, we're not hanging out. He's not sleeping at my house, you know, like, he's not going to my wedding, whatever. So, again, like, think about it this way. Think about it this way. What if, not this, but what if we saw some hero and then at the end saw that they were the bad guy and we were all duped? That's not going to happen here. But that's what being duped is. You feel me? So he can be duped by somebody he trusts. He could get screwed over by somebody. All he did was say something in passing that he thought nothing of it. He needs to act like a freaking paranoid. He needs to act paranoid and only trust the people he's paying. Because those people care about the green. And they want him to win. The other people may be out for themselves. Maybe they truly want to help, but they're also not under it as far as they understand it. And if they do something for Ben that's crossing the line, if Ben were to do it, they are now involved. And he could be thrown in jail along with that person. This is the time that Bricks and Minifigs and Ammon McNeff have been waiting for. Josh Johnson, Brandon Best, to see if they could trip him up by his own accord and then throw him in freaking jail. Okay. And late 120 are rambling looking for clicks, just asking. What? You are rambling looking for clicks, just asking. No, I'm talking about how, like, somebody DM me that shouldn't have information that they have. And he needs to make sure that he doesn't trust just random people. Or he needs to be careful on what he says because they're trying, Ammon and Matt McNeff, Bricks and Minifigs, they're trying to destroy him. This is not the time to celebrate. This is time to pay attention. And it's getting dumb. You speak Portuguese? Tu fala minha língua? Claro que eu falo. Sou do Brasil, sou de São Paulo. Tá louco? Brandon F. Mitchell, I do not want to see a chicken dance. I think it'll be funny. And yeah, that's why I'm not asking Sheldon Ben or Ben personally. I would never want to get in trouble. Just watch part 3. It's wild. And with the 5, thank you. I'm worried about Ben though. Yeah. Like, think about it this way. You guys all saw part 3. It's out. Climbing on that tower. I think RecklessBen put out a video that they just jumped the fence. That is illegal to climb up on that tower. The lawyers are going to be looking at that. Like, this guy doesn't care. So, like, he's going to have less validity in the things he talks about. People are going to, the courts are going to take him less seriously because the cell tower escapade. That could be a big deal. And to him, he's thinking nothing of it. He thinks it's going to be a cool shot, whatever it is. This is a 30-year-old man. RecklessBen is a man. Okay? He needs to understand that he's playing the law. He needs to respect how these bad people are going to come after him. They care about taking him down. They're not his friends. You know? What the fooder karai? What? It's not over until the chicken dances. It ain't over. A word about him doing something that will get him in trouble and trusting people like spineless. Yeah. So that was the thing. I got a DM from somebody who was like, did you know about this info? And I know, sorry everybody that I'm repeating this again. Did you know about this info? But I'm like, no, that's crazy. You know, I'm so happy. But then I was freaking grinding my teeth. Like, how the freak does this person know? How the freak do they know? And, well, they told me how they know, but, like, and they said that Ben told somebody that told somebody that told them. And that shouldn't be happening. The game of telephone should not be happening right now. From my investigation, it's only a trespassing charge. Yeah. But, again, they'll be like, oh, he just trespasses. He'll do whatever he wants. That's what they'll see. Another video, that tower is in Mexico. Yeah, pretty sure Mexico will still be like, yeah, don't go up there. Stop sensualizing. You weren't involved. Sorry you lost your franchise. Don't talk lawyers. Federal cover. Been there, done. Stop sensualizing. Is this your first time in the on my channel? Because I might not have been directly involved where I'm in the lawsuit, but I did what I could. Yeah, I'm not trying to profit off this. I'm not talking about me. I'm trying to keep the story alive. I'm trying to help this dude out because I'm not, stop being sensual, like sexual. Is that what you meant? Like, I'm not trying to freaking penetrate nobody. Deckless wanting people to joining his Patreon was cringe. Yeah, after we all saw the footage. He seems I ain't know that here even on ice. I mean, I think you can spell sensationalizing. So what did you mean by that, gringo, gangsta? Yeah. Again, sorry that I can't be very explicit in how I'm saying things, but I'm a person that, like, I actually care. Something that screwed me, you know, caring about people, but it's also something that brought me a lot of joy in my life. And I rather care about people and do the right thing. And I don't know if he federal court, not the first rodeo for me. That's cool. Wait, are you a lawyer? Are you one of Ben's lawyers? Is that what you mean, gringo? Are you one of Ben's lawyers, dude? Ben, fake one, wanted to scoop Ben, real one, with the exciting tower video they did. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that, but I could see that. Don't use words you can't spell. Time will tell, friend. Relic has history with these nerds. It's alright, you guys don't have to defend me. He could investigate on his own. That's who he is. He can investigate on his own. I'm not mad at him. People like Rose was mad at me because I was pointing out that, like, don't trust the law. Like, it's to be you're supposed to use evidence to prove the truth. You're not supposed to use the truth to prove evidence. Okay? So, yeah, I don't freaking believe in the system, because if you have money and you're dishonest, you could win by doing that. Have an opinion on the internet, how sensual. Oh, damn, I didn't know I had opinions. Question I will be asking JJ tomorrow that I have in my notes. I think I told you all my questions. If you want to, okay, if you could, on my description, there's my Instagram, and I could DM you my email, and if you want me to go over the questions, or send you any questions you think I should ask or you should ask. But I think you should just figure out what would be important information for the public to know about his history of rescuing stores firsthand. Why did he freak out over Ben? Did he kill the bird? You know, ask him those questions that like he would be directly involved with. You know, you got to make sure like I gave you questions. I'd be interested in hearing what he has to say about my store, because I know he's gonna lie, because I have all the people that he hired who would tell the truth. But you don't need to ask those, because that won't help Ben. But any questions that will help Ben, think about that when you interview Josh Johnson. So I heard the red. What? Rick, I'm screwed then. The just us system. Yeah, that's how it works. The law is fluid, not concrete. That's what lawyers are for, to interpret it. As always say, autocorrect is never correct. And Matt and Ammons, yeah, part 3. Can't wait for part 4. Hopefully part 4 will divulge the information that I know that shouldn't be public yet. And I was or that they're not making it public. Part 4 should be held up until this was over. Did he eat Tattle? Probably. What issues caused him to take over Relic's store? Why is Tattle's cage? If you want to ask about me, thank you. Have fun. It would be the Lutz store. You could ask him, why did you guys make up the heroin lie about Crystal funding? Like one of the very first thing Brandon ever said to me was that him and Josh took over that store because they had a bird that was crapping everywhere, and she was using the money she sold, she was using the money from Bricks and Minifigs to fund her heroin addiction. That's one of the first things he told me when I asked him, how many stores have you rescued? He's like, oh, there's this one in Salem, Oregon. So, in the back of your truck was with trash. If you took him to a shelter, and what shelter was it? Is Elvis still alive? There's more. Yes. He believes Elvis is alive. He might believe he's dead now. That'd be crazy. He believes he's 100 or whatever. Born from Timu LLC. What rescue shelter did he deliver the bird to? No, but I can give you history. One of the first anti-SLAPP cases that went to the U.S. Supreme Court, and I won. Nice. Is that good enough for you? I don't care. What do you mean good enough for me? I can't prove that you won or not. These are words you're telling me. I don't know your full name, and you shouldn't give the full name. But I'll choose to believe you. That's awesome. But I'm saying you are one case. How many cases have there existed in history? Crappy people evil people, bad people can destroy you. Okay? They play a different game. That's what I'm saying. C'est pas si compliqué. Stanley, how does Ben overcome the judge bias for the other side? That's up to him and his lawyers to figure out. One of the things is showing that he's a good model citizen that follows the rules, pays attention, and can prove that all the claims that Ammon and Bricks and Minifigs are making against him are not true. It's about proving. You can hate. Here's one for you. Maybe it's controversial in this chat. What do you guys think of the O.J. Simpson trial? Legally, they say he didn't do it. But what do you guys think, huh? See how there's like a divide? JJ will be a no-show. He won't be meeting with you. Nah, he'll probably meet because he's full of himself. Has more reason to be personally invested in this story than 90% of creators covering it. And unless someone has a gun to your head forcing you to watch this stream, and look, thank you guys, thank you. But all are welcome, even if you don't like me. It's cool. It actually helps with the engagement. So he's helping me out. Go ahead, spam one for hate, man. Go ahead, spam it. Have fun. Have it 1000%. Just think how crazy part 104 will be. Yeah, because remember they've given the formula. They want to drag it out. If they think that there won't be a proper settlement for the bricks and minifig side, my bad. Whew. The proper minifig side, that they're gonna try to prolong it until they run out of money. See how people have done that? Why does Carl, your manager, hate you? Oh, not me. Yeah, that's to Josh. How many stores have you rescued? How long have you known Ammon and BB? Was the Eugene store rescued? Do you think BB stole the Lego in the U-Haul and lied? You can also ask him, like, so how did your professional relationship start with Brandon? Was it the rental car company thing you guys did together? Do you still currently own the Eugene location, or does Brandon still own the Eugene location? You know, what do you guys plan to do after this case? Do you guys plan to stick with buy bricks and minifig stores? Do you guys plan to open your own Lego store? Like stuff like that. Or what? Yeah, like you ask your questions, man. Why don't you? I think you got it. As a Frenchie, okay, I do terrain and Dean Cain can suck on legs. Man, you don't like? I like Dean Cain. I think his hair as Clark Kent should have been switched with his hair as Superman. That's the only thing. Do you have cancer in the left elbow? Yeah. Why can't you give inventory list, and does it even exist? Yeah, he still has. Till this day, I still haven't gotten my inventory list from Josh and Brandon. Yeah. There. Relic. Also, I think this has been missed in the mix, but didn't Ammon say, you guys, Josh and Brandon, save the store? You guys can keep everything? I don't know if those were like his exact words. Like, was that on a video or a stream or something? So, the understanding is that they came in to rescue the store. That's what they were supposed to do, and they would buy whatever agreement they had with them. That's like pretty simple business understanding. That, hey, whatever the price is, you come and do it, and then make it $1 million store, and it's your store. Simple. I don't think he said, like, go rescue and then you can have anything you want. Like, I don't think they said that, but I could be wrong. The federal judge seems to be okay. Glove did fit? Question. Did it? I'm going to edit a few and add a few. Go ahead, man. I'm excited for you. He sucks. He's a terrible person. The glove don't fit. O.J. Simpson trial was a spectacle. Fica caiu, não bricks and minifig. Fica caiu. Espero que fica caído. Fighting words, so true. They are playing a different game. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to highlight here. They're playing a different game. They're not playing fair. You know, like, does anybody believe in this chat that the gag order should have happened? Say. Press 1 if you believe it. Press 2 if you believe it shouldn't have happened. And the reality is, it did happen. That, like, they're not playing the game that Ben's playing. Ben's playing a different game than they are. Sure to activate that like button. Thank you. Don't forget to press the like. Am I a bad person because you don't believe me? You're nothing but a clickbaiter. No, I talked about all the things. You can restart it. But sure, I'll be a clickbaiter in your eyes. You're not a bad person because I don't believe you. You're just a person. I didn't say I believe or don't believe. I'm just saying I don't have the evidence to look at to see if you're telling the truth. These are words that I'm reading. I'll say like, oh, there's a guy that claimed on my chat that he won one of the first anti-slap cases. Cool, 100% awesome. Go look him up. He's Gringo Gangsta 3283. And then if someone investigates him, proves it, awesome, even better because you told the truth. But if you told me that unicorns fell from the sky, I'll be like, awesome. But it doesn't mean I 100% believe you. You have to prove it to me. And you don't have to prove to me. I don't have to believe you. You don't have to believe me. It's kind of how conversations work. But go ahead. Sure, I'm a clickbaiter. Even though I talked about all the stuff that could have hurt him. You know, in a way that doesn't condemn or show any information that I do know or understand. I hope he comes across this. I'm not trying to hate on him at all. I think he's a good guy. I just think he should minimize the name RecklessBen for a minute. Because there's more at stake than just like a good story in our eyes of the public. Legally, they say they didn't have enough evidence to prove guilt. Courts prove guilt, not innocence. Yep. Innocent till proven guilty. Sounds like you said bricks and many fats. Yeah. Yes. I mean, Pearl Harborizing much? Ooh. Gringo, do you need a Prozac? Maybe some Pepto-Bismol. Brandon is the only one smart enough to shut his mouth. It's because he's been shutting his mouth with Josh. Dude, trust me. Brandon and Josh, like, good lord. If Brandon says something and Josh has a different idea, you're going... It's going to be Josh's idea. Everybody's doing Josh. Matty Appleseed, yo! But, yeah, like Brandon is the woman in the relationship that's been abused and stripped down naked in the middle of the street. Because Josh just walks right over him. Who's going to interview Josh? My man in the chat. Mr. Thug. Showed that JJ isn't written as a franchise owner. Exactly. So that's where I like my idea was of like, he's not written as a franchise owner, so Brandon was considered a third party. That's my thought. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's why, like, because I still don't have my inventory list from Josh and Brandon, right? Neither does Crystal. Neither does apparently nobody, because it would show that there was more money in the freaking store than what they claimed there was. Because remember, my call with Ammon freaking said that my inventory list was wrong and theirs was way less. And I was like, that's not true. Because I had it from Brandon's own mouth saying that it was on point. Up the stick of questions. Hamadi. Bam Corporate will be sitting bricks for a long time. Who knows, man? Not at all. I went through 2 years of this kind of Ben stuff in 2009. The first landmark case on the internet free speech movement. Move out of your mom's basement. Hey, man. Suck my wang, bro. We don't know if you're being truthful. And by the way, every 3 to 5 years, the law changes. So, cool. Apparently Mr. Gringo is a lawyer, dude. Like, be respectful, man. Don't freaking... And by the way, don't ever make fun of Rick. Rick is my boy. Leave him the freak alone. If you don't like it here, man, take a hike. Feel free to show up at my jiu-jitsu gym. You could beat on me. Like, you probably could beat me up. So if you want to take it out, your anger out on somebody, go ahead. Beat the crap out of me, man. But leave everybody else alone. Amanda's gagging on Lego piece by now. Oh, yeah. Gagging and liking it. Here's so until the evidence drops. 100%. BAM has a weird franchise churn profit system. Yeah. Well, trigger much. Maybe it's not what you say. It's how you say it. You're like 60 grit sandpaper on a toilet paper roll. Yo. But feel free to start asking your guys' question, guys. Because, like, I was super pissed all day. And I probably did forget some things I want to tell you guys. because yeah, I'm freaking worried about Ben. I'm worried. It's great. Everybody's like, oh, like this is so great. Part 3 is out. Look, Bam is screwed. They most likely, I think it's a 50-50 shot right now. Public eye looks terrible for Bam. But if they're still going, both lawyers are confident they could win on every side. You all need to watch the documentary. My brother, the serial killer Glenn, something he supposedly killed Cole and Ron Goldman, not OJ. Word. I hope you watch Relic more, and hopefully you will see the eventual truth. Well, that's the other thing. Like, brother, not everybody will see the truth. All right, not everybody will believe it. I told you guys, like, I had a bunch of death threats, a bunch of people like calling me out, and like I would share my termination letter, my franchise agreement, like share, you know, tell you guys about my phone call. People still didn't believe it. You know, I was in one of RecklessBen's videos for 5 seconds, and people still didn't believe I talked to him. So, and like, there's people that are on. Surprisingly enough, there's people on YouTube, regular YouTubers, and there's a lot of franchise owners that are still on Ammon McNeff's side, even with all this evidence. So it's like, I'm not hoping anybody believes me. I'm hoping I can point out who these people are and that you got to be careful. Because I hung out with these people. I thought we were, other than Josh and Brandon, I thought we were all boys playing Halo together. And they effed me over. And screwed over Superman. All you need to know. My man, thank you. Man, that's my favorite. That is my absolute favorite compliment. Thank you. And, oh, man, Matty Appleseed, you didn't. Gag order was complete BS. They are playing a dirty game. Part 3 proves that 100% innocent until proven guilty. But nowadays, everything is upside down in this world. Ben was guilty in the eyes of the police since Ammon called 911. And, guys, Matty Appleseed does great investigation. He is awesome at edits. Look him up. Great channel. And Matty, I don't know if you know, I think there's only one video out there on YouTube where Ben said that the LAPD is assisting American Fork Police Department, and possibly other police departments are helping out. I appreciate you coming out and telling your truth. Thank you. You are very welcome. All right. I will always try to tell the truth, even if you don't believe me. And it's one of the reasons that, like, they threatened me with the lawsuit in June 1st. They were like, "Oh, don't tell your story. It's not gonna be good for you." I'm like, I already told it to RecklessBen, so you guys could suck it easy. And you're not gonna silence me, so I'm gonna tell my story because you took everything. What else you want to take? The lint from my belly button? Because I got nothing. I got nothing you can take. You already took it all. So you missed the part, JC. But thanks for being here, Bella type. The F. Thanks, Kev. Oh, and Tyrone. Tyrannosaurus Rick, my man. I stand with Rick, not a fan of Gringos. It's alright, man. Like, he may be just like trolling a little bit, or he may be just being genuine. He's entitled to his opinion, even if it's crap. But it's okay. He is welcome to be here as long as he doesn't attack individuals. You could attack me all you want. The irony, he claims to be a defender of online free speech. At the same time, he's trying to tell someone to shut the F up online. Make sense of that. You can't, dude. T-Rex in the house. Let's go T-Rex in the house. Hey, dude. I like all characters. All right, what questions you guys got? Rose can confirm that Ben's lawyers are suing the BAM map. Are using... Oh, my bad. I was like, why? Are using the BAM map. Cool. Awesome. Rose investigates. I hope you are investigating quite well. Built a Lego US Arch. Nice. I need to show you guys my Lego sometime. That on a more positive stream. Yeah, that hurt my feelings, Relic. What hurt your feelings? What did I do? What did I do, man? What did I do? I used words. That's it. Won't we, as the public, rise up on the internet seeing the facts if BAM tries to to win against Ben. Well, like, what do you mean by rise up? What? Look, they see the effect that's on YouTube, that's on the internet, the public outcry, whether it's big or small. They've seen it, and yet they're not backing down. So, are we doing enough? That's why it's important to put our voice out there. Even with the before this Ben stuff, like calling out these big corporations. You know, like I've talked about Hollywood. Like we're all a little guy, but if we come together and stand up for the little guy, then we're all together, and then we all become one, right? So like you can make a difference by speaking out, but we have to encourage others to keep it up. That's why I was concerned. Like the conversation was dying down. I saw a dude sell his business once, and the fine print of the contract didn't say the inventory was included. So he backed up a truck in the middle of the night and removed all the inventory. That's awesome. Because that's just, like, awesome and sucks at the same time. But that's like one of those things. That's it might be morally dishonest, but some people believe the law and morality is the same thing. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have been like, yo, you're going to pay for the inventory too or what? I don't, like, if it was me, I would have just, like, sold him the inventory. Hey, it doesn't say that. Like, that's crazy. It was send the body cam footage prior to this. Ooh. What was said? Did I miss something? Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw the LAPD thing. Relic. Thanks, Aaron. Oh, freaking ow. Damn it. Right. Look at this guy. Look at him. Are you going to cry? Are you crying? But in all seriousness, if you're a cool dude, man, chill. Like, you see, you're saying that I'm clickbaiting, but you're using the chat to make your name big. Is that how you do things? You want to be famous? I ain't famous, dude. I recommend going on like Most Critical's chat. There's like 10,000 people at a time. What are you doing here? If you want to be famous, go screw somebody over, I guess, or help somebody not get screwed over. Checking. Oh, Savvy is here. Checking in with my fam. I'll be back when we raid from Toy Bounty Hunters. Is Toy Bounty Hunters on? Word. Yeah, but like I could. Man, I forgot. I didn't know they were on right now. Like, if I could prove that you were not bound by the franchise agreement, would you sue BAM? Ben can extend his legal support, and they are doing pro bono. Okay. So you work with Ben. Yeah. I'll tell you this. This is not to make myself look good. I'm not going to say who offered me money. Okay? Somebody offered me money to sue BAM, and this is what I said. Most of the evidence, if I can get it, that would be great. But even then, you give that money to RecklessBen so he could win this case. Because he's the one facing RICO charges right now. I am not. Whatever happens, after all this blows over, if there's an opportunity that I can feel confident with, cool. But there's a few things that are stopping me. First of all, I don't believe I can win because they're dishonest. They have most of the evidence. I don't believe in the legal system. Okay? Like, I believe if you're dishonest and you have money, you can most likely win. Ben's got his skills on his side. He's got his YouTube on his side. He's got the public on his side. I'm not having millions of followers. Thirdly, it's a lot of money to sue. And also, I got a family to take care of. I would love retribution, but I prefer justice. Okay? If the right people that did wrong things get theirs, I'm happy. And any money should be given to Brian Mansell, Crystal, and Benjamin Gorman, and RecklessBen, because they're the ones that are truly fighting this. Okay, the money should go to them. All right, that's who's facing some massive repercussions if they lose. So the money should go there. And then we'll see what I can do in the future. But like, to me, when nobody wanted to listen to my story, when I had no more money to use lawyers, like, I somewhat moved on. It was just something I had to live with. You know, when I got that phone call, like, by the way, this week, I won't say which day, is my son's 1-year-old birthday. And it was this week last year that I got the phone call that I owed $500,000 to the landlord because they left me with the lease. And it'll be next week or two would be the day that I cleaned it out, got all that evidence, and started talking to the other lawyer or law firm. And that does something to you, man. When you have nothing and you have a newborn baby and you have all this bull crap and you're trying to save your house, working 100 hours a week, at some point you got to realize that, hey, you lost. And hopefully they'll get theirs. And this to me, RecklessBen winning, that is my reward. The good people winning this, that's my reward. I'm not trying to get money from them. If anything, give them the money. You hear the song Matty Appleseed made for you? It was hilarious. Sick. Rose, that map is awesome. Ooh, Rose made it. Giving your name to Havoc probably isn't the smartest play in the book. I do think Relic should sue them. Yes, he needs the funding. I know how to work, brother. Got it. If Relic sues them, that pricks the conversation way back. That picks the conversation way back. Stay out the net. Never forget. Okay. I love kids like Ben, just me. He's a 30-year-old man. You have an English. Yeah, okay. And even if you're telling the truth, so what? We choose not to believe. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, but you know, if he's willing to give out the information, good to investigate. Don't settle outside of court. Force a judgment that they have done wrong in the eyes of the law. You guys have a lot of faith. Thank you. Thank you. Fortunately, when you try twice and everything you worked for was taken away from you and people stabbed you in the back that you thought you were like more than just business, it does something. Okay? I'm not freaking like licking my wounds and crying about it and like giving up. Like, I think the right people that are actively doing this, I will back them up. I will fight in their war. But it isn't my war. Like, hoping at some point you get another Lego store start again. Some McNeff class action money. How likely you would fire up another store. So here's the other thing. I was thinking about this today because I'm very careful now with anything I sign, right? So the NCA would be officially up by this October, where I could open up another store if I wanted to. But then again, they could say like, oh no, your lease agreement would have ended in 2029 or 2030, and it's 2 years after that. So 2032, you could open up. Yeah, like, I'll tell you this. I've had a few other, not even franchise, they're stores, they were let alone stores, that wanted me to help them open their first franchise because they really loved my store, the way I ran my business and everything. And I said no because I was loyal and faithful to Bricks and Minifigs at the time. I know, I'm a freaking moron. But yeah, like, if I open another store, I would make sure that I would have enough funds where I could not worry about money for years. Okay, because it's a niche. It is very hard to actually maintain these stores. If there's a recession or something, you're going to go buy food. You're not going to buy Lego, right? But like, if you target the collector market, you would definitely survive throughout a recession or something like that. So it's, again, I'd probably do more than just Lego. But I'd probably do Lego because it's like that. But I have other plans for the future. Like my goal was to keep the Lego store forever, and then eventually just open up other businesses and fund that store, and then like that would just be like a nice hangout spot, but still making money. Where we get to a point where we don't have to worry about the sales no more. Like we brought our reputation up, but we're just money machine. But no, get the puppy out before. Oh yeah, over there. Do not settle out of court. That is Bam's victory condition. NDA, you are silenced forever. Non-disclosure. No, NDAs have a shelf life. So I'm not silenced right now. Yeah, but Ben isn't a kid. He's a 30-year-old guy. Yeah, he's not a kid. Let's and Legos are overpriced with Jutsu. Yeah. See you in a few. And I'll probably be ending the stream soon too. Again, I'm willing to answer any questions you guys got. Like, I'm skeptical. Look. I even pointed out the other stream, another stream before, about Crystal Gorman. I like her. I have no problem with her. Did I criticize a little bit of her business practices? Yes. But regardless of my criticisms, Bricks and Minifigs accepted those, and they're supposed to be training her. Right? Because she was a manager before. So regardless of what I think is disorganized or not, she was doing right because there was no complaints about the way she did her bookkeeping and things like that. So it doesn't matter what I say about it. Like, she was doing the right things. Yeah. On Discord, can you post a video of me and JJ's call, Relic? Wait, you want me to post it on my channel? I can. Send it. Like, do you not have a channel? But if you want me to post it, that's fine. Do you think that you and other owners, former and what, will come together and bring in class? There's currently 100 Bricks and Minifigs owners unsatisfied with the way things are going. But within those 100, most still want Matt McNeff to be president instead of Ammon, because they believe Matt McNeff is the one that's out of the loop and didn't do all this bullcrap, and Ammon is the piece of garbage. And again, like, my franchise agreement was only 85 pages. All of theirs are above 200 pages. So they are very deep in it. So I don't know what they can and can't do while they still have that contract. And there's a lot more benefits sticking with Bricks and Minifigs instead, like in terms of vendors and all that stuff. Here, I recommend you guys watch the latest video of Echo Base Network. Highly recommend you guys watch that. It will answer this in a better way. They do great videos. Go to Echo Base Network. But that would answer more of your question. I think there's very few that would want to leave the name Bricks and Minifigs. I think most want to stay. We do not work with Ben. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. It sounded like you did. Sorry, 70. Everybody is a kid in my. Oh, okay, yeah. Is that a picture of you from back in the day, my man? Mr. Gringo. The stolen Lego sets worth 10 times more now. They're unique, yes. Very clear. I do not work with Ben for anyone. Cool. So, no, you guys like a million questions if you want. Let's stay on point and tell me I'm full. Okay. I'm up in years as well, but also know that by 30, a person's frontal lobe is finally developed and mature. This would be Sue Bam if you were offered pro bono support. I think my statement still stands on that answer. If I was offered pro bono support, I would definitely I'm open to a conversation. If there's pro bono support, I'm open to conversation. Because the other thing is, most of the evidence is with Bricks and Minifigs, and they could delete that. They could claim they don't have it. They could hide things. They have, like, most of my communication was on Slack, over the phone, and on the business email that they took over immediately when they sent the termination letter. All of it. Right? Because until that termination letter, I thought everything was peachy clean. Like, I thought everything was awesome. So there was no, I didn't think I needed to record any phone calls. But I always asked them to record it. I was like, you can record it, please. So yeah, like, they have all the evidence. And I don't think they want that come out because my phone calls are very honest. If I can convince you that you can win, would you sue BAM if offered pro bono support? Yeah, if you could convince me I can win, duh. It's not mutually exclusive from retribution. Evidence on the side. Big true. I need all the evidence. Good night. Oh, thank you, Salt and Exile, for stepping in. Thank you. Holy crap, over 110 in here. Ask your questions. If you guys missed the beginning, feel free to watch it of like why I'm concerned. You know, why I believe that right now is not a time to celebrate. And I'll reiterate this part again. Bricks and Minifigs is trying to see if Ben slips up, talks to the wrong people, divulge information he shouldn't divulge to some rando, wants to see what he's going to do with his so-called freedom of speech they allowed him to have. Because that's practically what it is. They did a trade so they aren't harassed, but obviously they're not going to like Ben commentating on them, so they're waiting for him to trip up. That's like the whole freaking thing. They're not just like letting him like go back to how it was. Okay, I feel like this case resembles the Epstein Files transparency lawsuit on right now against Trump and the government. I feel like this case is way more transparent than that. BAM will not be able to drag it on for years because we have proof. Everyone deserves money. You are not excluded from this thing. Thank you. I appreciate it, Rose. I appreciate it. Being very nice. Ben said could be 2 years weekly vid, but we know he also works on other cases such as the stolen bass guitar. Yeah. The RICO charges against Ben instead have 1% chance of success. You have like an 80% chance of success. I don't know. Like I don't know where you're getting those statistics from. Times are different now, and we know different information. Happy birthday to your son. Thank you. Officially 1 year old. My youngest. Chance people. Is there a chance BAM's legal team will ditch? No. Unless they don't pay them. No. All you got to do is pay the lawyer and listen to what the lawyer tells you to do. And they won't leave you. That's it. But hey, if it's true, congratulations, Gringo, on being one of the first free speech activists. Just about. Congratulations. Yellowhead. You deserve money back too, regardless. Thank you. Holy crap. That freaked me out, man. Your profile pic. That one eye. Holy damn. Like, I was like, I thought that was an actual person just like off the corner of my screen looking at me. Like, holy. Dude, I have goosebumps right now. Your freaking profile pic. Why would you do that? No. Good lord. There's a chance BAM never gets to court. Hey, yo, don't give up. That's how they went. Thank you. I haven't given up. They took all my money. If you watch this video footage and arrest Ben Schneider and silence him, you will pay. Yo, Carmen. You're great. Oh, thank you. Should have been speaking before. I didn't know I was a great man. Thank you, Carmen. Appreciate it. I don't think you gave up. I believe you prioritize your family and mental health before winning, which is why you want the story to stay relevant. Yeah, like I would say I lost like 50 pounds, by the way. I used to be a good size, much bigger. I've actually shown it on stream. Toy Bounty Hunter said raid. Ooh, Toy Bounty Hunter, thank you. See any skeletons other than the 2002 non-specified charge out of El Dorado Community Municipal Court? Say that wasn't pursued. So clean skin, good for you. Mental health, you see what I mean? And this phone are going to war. My bad. Yeah. Okay. I thank you guys for coming here, coming for the raid, and sharing around your petition. Matt, you got a petition? What's the petition? My bad. Wasn't knowing about any petition. Accepted bad. Correction 100 owners. Blah, 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 blah. Bam. Oh, Stimpson. J-Cat, what's up? Bam is done, but sadly the franchise owners are grasping at anything they can. Okay. I'll explain this part one more time. What I personally call emotional transition. Okay? There are going to be some people investigating much deeper things that you guys have no idea about. If there is a majority stakeholder, they can remove Matt and Ammon. Okay? They can remove them and have somebody else as CEO. Because right now, we are getting the story about the characters, no longer the title. The title is Bricks and Minifigs. Now we're on to the characters. So now Bricks and Minifigs got a 50-50 shot of surviving all this backlash after the fact. Because now we understand that Ammon is a character, Josh is a character, Brandon, Matt, the Gormans, Brian, and Ben. Did I forget anybody? These are all the characters we're now attached to. And we're trying to figure out. And then you got other side characters, the American Fort Police Department, the LAPD, the Provo Police Department. You got possible even lower characters, the individual owners, those who are for, like, totally believe in Ammon, and most who are, or not most, but some who are against, you know? So now we're into the character phase of it all. Bricks and Minifigs can most likely survive because even though in the beginning we saw, like, oh, some of the vendors backed out, they still got over 100 vendors. And there's, from what we hear, from what I hear, a lot of Bricks and Minifigs owners feel like there's still way more benefit staying than leaving and doing their own thing. So sometimes I do get mad. Being an old man, I love our way of being. Like, yo, man, you're good. Like, I'm gonna call you out, but like, it's like I don't condemn people. All right, like, just know that I'm gonna call you out if you're gonna like attack somebody in the chat, right? But you're good. Like, I'm the kind of person, we can fight, we can argue, we can have disagreements, but at the end of the day, we could still go. Like, I drink water, but we can have a cup of coffee together. We could go hang out. I tolerate, and that's just how I am. I love talking to people even if they disagree or don't like me. If they're willing to talk, I give them the respect that they're at least talking to me. If you put your hands on me, we have a problem, and that's it. Are not enforceable as written as they are. Spirit Warrior is here. Maybe he did not do this one, but put him in leadership, and he will use the example he had to run the company. EBM is doing great work. They're awesome. They're the best. Just call me Hen. What's up? I think this is your first time here. From what happened to you and Crystal, they can't break the contract without going bankrupt. What do you mean? Who can't break the contract? Because they try to bankrupt me? Oh, thank you. Hit the like button, everybody. So I forgot my side of the deal. Hang on a second. Raid. Oh, right again. Or maybe previous raid. Stone Legos are worth whatever price Brian gets from everything court and all. It's same as buying a case of beer then spending $2,000 on DUI. Yeah, you might be right. Prez against Greenland again. Okay. Rose for another 2. If you get them to Discovery, they must show it. Yeah, if I get them to Discovery. That's exactly why they continue to get away with it. They hold all the evidence. Yeah, they're waiting for Ben to screw up. That's what they want. They want him to keep talking. They want him to find a way around it. And yeah, Toy Bounty Hunter is here, and made goodies. DUI and say it costs you more than 10,000. Holy freak! Thanks for being here, Ann. Have a nice smile. Who is Mr. Fig? Nice. I need to get in contact with Crystal or have someone in contact with her to ask what color tattle the parakeet was. There's a lot of footage of of Tattle. I have a lead that may prove he was released. Oh, she's on X. You could find her. If somebody has her Echo based network, would definitely have it. They just did an interview with her. So if you message them, I'm pretty sure they'll let you know. But you can find her on X. For sure. I think she posts more there than anywhere else. She doesn't do YouTube. She does mainly blogs. But Brian Gorman, I think he answers a lot of comments on his YouTube. Yeah. It's a fun video, and it's indeed insightful, but Ben shows his hands too much. He needs to be cleverer than he's ever been. Yeah, that's my main issue is when I got that message today, I was like, you gotta be careful even with your friends, okay? There's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of fame involved. There's people's lives involved. And you gotta be careful who you're divulging information to. Like, it's not about like believing your friends are gonna stab you in the back. It's about playing close to the chest and just listening to your lawyers and people who you believe have good intentions. You gotta be very careful. This is the beginning. This isn't a win for the end. This is the beginning. Now you're at a playing field that you could somewhat understand. Okay, that's where Ben is. He's not like, this isn't like the home stretch. It's just the beginning. I would hope his lawyers are keeping Ben in line, at least on the videos. So definitely on part 3, because part 3, like all of part 3 violates a lot of his still trade of the gag order. So if that was filmed after all this, then he wouldn't be able to release it. Since it was filmed before, he's able to release it. That's from my understanding. And again, ask the lawyers. There's a million law tubers that love answering questions. Police, but Iran don't. All right, getting to some Iran conversations, man. Damn. Yeah. Brick by brick, everybody. Don't forget and like and subscribe, people. Didn't you go live earlier about cars? Yeah. You sober, bro? I did go live earlier about cars. I do a show every Wednesday with Bachishinga Daily. That's another YouTuber. And we love cars. We talk about cars. He's a good guy. He's actually come by my store twice when I had it. But yeah, justice for Tattle, people. To all of you wonderful people out there, I did my thing at my time. But it helped, I think. I think it did, bro. I think it did. It's Ferrari and a guest. Yeah. Someday I'll buy my dad that Ferrari, man. That is my one of my number one goals is to eventually in the future, I need to either get an investor or achieve around $5 to $6 million. Technically $2 to $6 million. Because me and my dad want to go in business together, and we've been talking about it for a long time. But it's all about that money, and it's something he has an expertise in for over 20 years. So he's had a game plan forever, and knows a lot of good people. So one of my goals was, and one of the reasons I love Ferrari is because of my dad. And one of my goals in life is to help him be successful, because if I were to be successful and I bought him a Ferrari, right, I don't think he would drive it because he wouldn't feel like he deserved it. So I was like, all right, like I will learn in this other field, which I worked 10 years ago and I'm currently working today and worked a few years back as well before the store, to gain as much experience as possible in this field so that we can go in together and I can help him be financially successful. Because regardless of finances, he's the most successful person I've ever known and ever will know. I don't care if I meet billionaires and all that. Like his stories, man, the great man that he is, awesome, and he deserves it. And so I want to make him financially successful and then get him his dream car, which is a Ferrari. And I know the exact one. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Ferraris forever. Mr. Fig, I need to know what color Tattle is. I may have located him. Okay, yeah. I think it's like green, red, and like yellow. I'll have to look it up, man. But go ahead. Petition for Congress to open up an investigation digging into BAM. I think it has to get bigger. As much as we think it's big on YouTube, I think it has to be much bigger. Hostile takeover by by Franchisees United Association. Oh, somebody's been doing his homework. Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints and more. What about it? I can tell you a lot about it. I am a part of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. And I served a mission and everything. I served it mainly in Chinese speaking. I'm only fluent in 3 languages. I can communicate in 5. But part of my LDS service mission was in Chinese Mandarin. What and pray means? What? I don't know. I don't know what that means either. Relic. I bet Gringo would be a great sparring partner for you, being he's a vet. Oh well, he'd probably kick my butt, dude. Amen. Amen, Matt. See, amen. Never capture recording to the post. The franchise owners. Oh no, my boy. Hope you're well. I am doing well, man. I'll message you later. I think everything's good. Just the interviews didn't pan out. That's why I wasn't online for the past 2 days. Mainly yesterday. Franchisees should be copying from Cali store, swapping out system instead to independent and then ditching BAM quietly for 100% independent owned brands. Savvy, do you know about my termination letter? The franchisee from, so they're the messers, right? In my termination letter, I'm pretty sure what they meant to do, what they were doing is copying and pasting, because it is referred to Dear Mr. and Mrs. Messer, and then it's my name, and going into my termination letter. So they're freaking lazy, sloppy, and unprofessional. So yeah, if you didn't know, a franchisor does to everyone else. Man, I don't stoop to nobody's level, to nobody's dishonest, disgusting level. I'm not going to be dishonest. I won't attack you before we talk, but you're a vet, dude. You could attack me. It's no problem. No problem. Been commenting everywhere, including under Crystal's comments. You'll eventually get an answer, man. Remember, there's a lot of people on the internet. Don't F with Justice did a whole video on Tattle. Sick. And Zip, we did miss you, Zip. So it says, hey, Rachel and Rose, my man. Where's Monkey? Oh, the Pun King is here. Woo, Relic Stream. This stream is always super, man. Thank you. Oh, was that like Superman? Thank you, brother. Nobody got questions? I'm just going through the chat, making sure I didn't miss anything. Making sure I didn't miss. My goal with cars is to restore my system. Oh, we just you left early, but we talked about how that was Bachina's dailies. Well, he said 69, but I think 66 is a phenomenal year. Just please don't add any technology to it. No preserving nothing. It was random dumb person who thought it was cute eating fruit. It's crazy. Justice for Tattle, what's up? What's up? That's right. Listen to this man. He's smart. You think I'm smart, Zip? Apparently not smart enough to not get screwed by the McNeffs, man. Any 60 and 70 muscle cars are my jam. Hell yeah. Unless that's not your real name, maybe a Tyrannosaurus Rex is a T-Rick. Thanks. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Try the veal. More. Man, you guys like this bird, huh? Justice for the heroin bird. Heck yeah. I wonder if it would be big enough for FBI, DOJ, because of the police things that have gone on. Look, I've said it. There's more police departments than you think. Allegedly. Okay. All right, Havoc. We need to start a GoFundMe for RecklessBen to get him a new pair of spy glasses that have the correct time and date stamp. I think he's all right. And I'm pretty sure he has a GoFundMe, right? Oh, I really like someone's suggestions on another stream. Bak. Has petition. People should check it. Yeah. By the way, Matty Appleseed, if you're still in here, let me know about this petition. You feel free to put it in the chat. Is also the Messrs LLC names. The Last Relic. It's what? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I got understood. Not, but it would bankrupt them fast. Okay. Oh, Monkey is here. Word. Look at this man. You're a lurker and you've been caught. You've been caught, sir. Only breaks in AC. That's it. That's right. That's right. Are you still active in the LDS church? Yeah, I go every freaking Sunday. I am very active. A lot of people thought I would leave because of this, but it's like no. My testimony is in God and the gospel, not the people that are around me. Learned that from a very young age. Wait, Jazz, the Mormon Church shun people like Nam. It's not the Mormon Church that there's no shunning. Culturally, people have done that, which is wrong. That's not how it should work. But yeah, there's garbage people in every religion, and there's gonna be garbage people in the church, in the LDS church. So that's just a reality of life. People suck. But yeah, there should be no shunning because we don't do that. That's not a practice at the LDS church. I like to talk. I know that I've heard about some religions doing like shunning stuff, or like the Amish have done it. I like to talk about Superman. My interest in Batman is starting to wane. Ha ha, pun king. Ha ha ha. That was actually pretty good though. A relic. You can be Clark Kent IRL, but you have to be Emin McNeff. What do you do? Kill myself? Off myself, I guess. What's the proper term so I don't get in trouble by freaking this damn YouTube algorithm bullcrap? Wooly, the bully, my bad, posted a photo of an actual U-Haul filled mostly with Star Wars set. Hey, monkey. The Mormon Church is not. Who said that? Yes, we do. And Matty Appleseed, my man, thank you. Petition is for FBI to investigate ban for RICO. Nice. Your lawsuit is material in that. Nice. You win 3 times. You have pro bono funding. Get that Ferrari on Ammon. The rebellion was built on hope. I would need to like 7 million to be able to do that, so that we can start the business and then do it. I'm what the missionaries would call an eternal investor. Dude, my wife was one of those. She was an atheist, and she investigated the church for 3 years. And she's more faithful than I am, man. Say self-delete. Unalived. Convert. Convert. I like that. Or Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain myself, I guess. That work? 16 Chapel. Minecraft yourself is the code. Churn. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, we probably should stop in the chat because I'm gonna get. Meu missão foi no Rio Grande do Sul e como eu aprendeu português, mas eu já saiu para muitos anos agora. Pode voltar. Vem comigo, vamos lá junto. De boa. De qualquer jeito, Deus te ama. Você tá tranquilo. E eu te amo também. Ela, well, Rachel? Do you have any social media, Matty Appleseed? Yes, he does. I'll let him share it, though. I don't know if he wants me to share. Wait, did you make Corny Love mad? Who's Corny Love? By the way, again, I will be on Wine and Crime, right? Is that Wine and Crime? The wine. Yo, is that not it? Is that? Am I freaking out here? That's not the podcast I wanted to. True Crime and Wine, is that it? True Crime? Oh, thank you, 94 dudes. Thanks for being here. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yo, that fedora though. What up, Assassin 344? Pretty sure your name will give me ruin. Don't think that's the name, but you know who you're talking about. Okay. Hold on. True crime. I don't know why I'm spacing on their freaking show. Okay. I will be on the True Crime and Wine Show, their podcast, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Okay. So in around actually 11 hours from now. So I'll be on their show. It's going to be sick. It's going to be fun. All right. So I will be on the show, and it's going to be sweet. Wish I had learned Portuguese better for those trips I took to Brazil and working directly with the people. Translators are great, but nice to speak directly to someone. I'll teach you, man. Just say viado a lot, and they'll love you. Maddie has YouTube investigation videos all on this. Yeah, he's awesome. Maddie's awesome. So an interview right now with Ben in 2 days. Yeah. STE, brother. Just title relic about to turn into a pumpkin. It's already 1 a.m. for me. Almost 1 a.m. And my ice is no longer freaking... Just so that you know, guys, my back dies on this damn freaking chair. Even though this... look how awesome this chair is. Lord of the Rings is the best. On every time I see Portuguese, we gotta read it. Brasileiro aqui, acompanhando os crimes da BAM. Eu estou contigo. Falou, meu brother. Obrigado. Man, a lot of Brazilians love Lego. It's just extremely expensive in Brazil. Oh, freaking A. Isso aqui é uma coca. Essa preta é gostosa aqui. Oh, sick, dude. Yeah. Man, if Rick, you're still in the chat, you're probably gonna be mad at me. On Monday, I just drove through it. I drove through Bradenton and Sarasota. Had some business to handle over there in those parts, but I didn't have time to stop by. I know you're around those parts, or somewhere close. So my bad. Hate racing chairs. I had one once. I threw it outside and then gave it away. It took me months to fix my lower back. Well, it's okay. This is actually very comfortable. It's what's it called? Like I said, I used to be much bigger. I used to work at a warehouse like 12 years ago or 11. I was like 20 and I bulged like 3 discs at once lifting like a 400-pound carpet. And ever since then, they've been bulged, so I need to ice it. I even when I drive, I need to have this. I have this as well. When I drive, I need to wear that. I need to ice it every night, you know. And then I got into car accidents. None of them my fault, by the way. And yeah, but this chair is actually super comfy. You can tell yours is different. It's thick. Most racing gaming chairs are thin and garbage. Yeah, this one's nice. By CyberArt. Yeah, I should get sponsored by him. Who knows? Mama D. Mom Miller chairs are amazing. Sick. I understood the Portuguese speak slowly though when you... Okay. If anybody speaks Portuguese, when I speak too fast, I can't understand anything. My bad. But okay. So, just to stay on the topic of RecklessBen and concerns, like, I actually want to know from you guys. Do you guys have any concerns not only about part 3 coming out, but the things you keep hearing in the zeitgeist on YouTube, and how I believe Bricks and Minifigs and Ammon, they look calm. That's why, like, I wonder if they have like somebody, a double agent with Ben, if they have something going on. So like, what do you guys believe is going on? Do you guys really believe that like RecklessBen's got it in the hole and that's it? Like he's 100% gonna be okay, and the Bricks and Minifigs doesn't stand a chance? Because I know some people believe that. Yeah. I was actually at a work thing. I would have loved to seen you, dude. Message me on Insta now that you have it, and I'll let you know the next time I'm going out. Pet abandonment is a classic C misdemeanor, like 6 months in jail and 1,000. I think it's even worse in Oregon. Different if you harm the pet. Yeah. I'm Galadriel can agree it's a great chair. Yeah. All right. Relic hemorrhoid pad. Genius. Genius. You dick. Thanks. Like, where do I send the email conversation I had with JJ to you? How do I get your email without you doxing yourself? Let me give you my social security right now. No, I'm playing. Go to X. Just go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram. It's on my description of my channel. Go to my Instagram. It's all good. Message me there, and then I'll message you my email, or I'll send you over to X. And I think X you can put those files through. Again, is he aware that it's gonna be put online? Is it like one party type deal? Because I don't want to hurt you. I don't give a damn what happens to me. I got my back hurt working for federal government in explosive investigations, not an explosive but poor safety procedures. Dang. They're like, do you like kicks? If so, pick one of my designs and give me the size and send you a pair. Oh, I do like kicks. Is it? What do you mean one of your designs? Is it on your channel or what's up? This comb returning is definitely PR shenanigans. You're hoping for the class action franchise lawsuit, but they are slippery. Yes, they are. Okay. I didn't initially when I first watched it, but since watching your stream, now I'm second guessing. Look, these guys are freaking sneaky, and even if they aren't, they're playing a different game. Message me. All right, I'll check it out later. Possible. He's effed. I'm very worried for him. Yeah. I think right now, like again, he needs to play close to the chest, and I get it. Part of his name is Reckless. He's a 30-year-old guy though. I think he's older than me, and I got 3 kids and a wife. I am concerned Ben said Ammon said Crystal stole the Lego when he actually said sold the Lego. Yeah, again, it's these things lawyers are going to pick through. They're going to pick if they're going to figure out if you had a lazy eye one day, and they're going to dissect. They're truly going to dissect you as a person. It's like, oh, if he had a lazy eye, maybe he was drinking that night. Maybe he's irresponsible. Maybe he drinks 3 times a week, 3 times a day. Well, like they're going to start figuring out like little things. They're gonna get experts on body language. They're gonna get experts on addiction and stuff like that to like look over a person and footage and whatever. They're gonna do everything possible. Tonight for the second time, I think there's still a battle ahead. There is definitely a battle ahead. Take years to elevate a case to the Supreme Court, especially if you're behind bars. It's true. That's why he allegedly left the country. Bam has usually waited a little bit before putting out any sort of statement. I wouldn't be surprised if they're freaking out in the background while trying to scramble a response. Actually, they have some ammunition right now. Like I said, the DM that I received, this ammunition would put them in a better looking light. That would be good news for us. It would take away some of their bad press, sort of, like by 0.5%. But I think what they're trying to see is how long Ben will talk negatively about them before this positive information is put out there, so that they can show like, see, he could have used positivity this entire time, but he decided to be negative against us when we actually finally did the right thing in one freaking part. So that's why I was so pissed when I heard it, because I knew about it, and I won't say the reason why I know about it. Ben definitely knows about it, and this person claims that Ben is the one that gave this information to a person, that gave it to another person, that gave to her. So it's like, people are not supposed to know until a statement comes from Bam or anybody that's involved with any of these lawsuits, which I am not involved. Bam is overconfident and still thinks that Ben and team are just stupid YouTubers. No, they do not. Who do not know how the world works. I think they will be in for a surprise in the end. They used to believe that. They don't. With the amount of money they're spending on their lawyers are going hard. They might have been surprised with the public outcry, and yeah, but trust me, they're no longer at that infantile state. All Ben's Google data, they were planning to get him arrested, and from the get go, yeah. You only have okay. Well, I think YouTube has messaging now, so I don't know how that works, but you're gonna have to. I can't like put my email on chat. I think you're gonna have to open. I'm on X and Instagram that have DMs. That's the only two things you can open, I guess. Yeah. I believe they are calm because they have been able to control the narrative this far, and for many years, no one has been able to shine a bright light on what they have been doing. That's also true. You can pick any of my contacts except for IG, as Meta runs that for me. Okay, so are you on X, Savvy Turtle, with the same name? I'll look you up. Or if you look me up, follow me. I think it's also in my description. And or message me, I mean, and then I'll message you back. I think BAM have the most of their assets strung out through many different LLCs to protect themselves from the lawsuits. Yeah. Again, in my franchise agreement, which happens a lot in many franchise agreements, there's a clause in there that states that the franchisor can own other companies that is not Bricks and Minifigs that operates the exact same or sells the same product. So it is also possible another contingency plan is if all this doesn't go their way or a way that they like, they can just rebrand it because they have another company under their LLCs or in a different LLC. So then you'll see Bricks and Minifigs just die out, but it'll be like Dixon Lego or something. I don't know. Yeah. I think Bet will beat all charges that fire back at Ammon strong. They're like, I've seen too many times when clearly innocent people are found guilty on bogus charges at the local level and they get thrown out on appeal to higher court. Most can't afford an appeal. Ben can. Ben can now, but how many appeals can he afford before money runs out? Well, because you got to remember, just like RecklessBen, he's still filming videos, right? Ammon and all of them, they're not just like chilling and just talking to the lawyers all day. They're still working. They're still going out and making money. You know what I mean? And they're probably making more money than all of us. Even if they're operating at a loss. Well, selling the Lego and not paying Brian is stealing. Remember when Ammon said, not only in part 3, but I believe part 1 he said it too. What is the legal definition of stealing? It doesn't matter what stealing actually is. What is the legal definition? And if it doesn't fit it, then it's not stealing. Even though morally it's stealing. The freaking system is a game that this fool knows how to play. Keep being awesome, everyone. Heading out for the night punking. It was great to finally see you in chat. Brick by brick, brother. The Batman McNaffs act all calm, like similar to sociopaths. Yeah. If he sold or stole, it's same thing in a consignment deal. Yep. And then what he'll say is, prove it. I was going by what Justice said. That was the law in Oregon for pet abandonment, but there could be other laws too. There's always other laws. Sleep well. Don't join us. Thank you. And if Ammon is a true okay, just wondering if Ammon is a true narcissist and his ego and pride even bruised and want revenge about that's blinding him. So like you're wondering if he's like, here's the thing. Like I said, the difference between an evil guy and a bad guy. Bad guys think they're good and they're doing good and they're doing the right thing. where they're blinded by themselves. It's really hard to take a look at yourself in the mirror. I'm not giving him any freaking caveats because of what he's been doing. But if you're wondering if he's doing this out of ego, it's possible. It also could be doing because he truly believes it's the right thing to do, even though it's 100% wrong. 31, and I hate social media. Same. For both. Bam knows that Ben has good lawyers now. Yeah. They do. How long McTheft's been running the scheme here? I'm going to read the other one. Scheme Daddy McTheft lost his broker license in the early 90s. Just because you lose the license doesn't mean you don't stop acting. Okay. Ivandro Ting Pling. Julissa, I'm going to read it slow for you. Eu, particularmente, não duvido da possibilidade da Cristal ter errado algo em algum documento da coleção de Brian. Porém, isso definitivamente não muda o fato da Bam ter sido horrível. What this person has said is, I don't doubt the possibility that Crystal did some things wrong in the document, in the collection of Brian, which I think is most people's consensus, but definitely doesn't change the fact that Bam has done horrible things. But then again, if Brian was cool with how she was doing things and Bam was cool with how she was doing things, she did nothing wrong. If they were all cool with it, we might not like how it was done. Me, you, and whoever else have an opinion. But if everybody was cool with it, then that's on them. And they were cool with it. Like, and again, hindsight for a lot of things. Like, people learn through many different ways. Sometimes it's on the fly. She didn't even receive corporate training. If you guys saw, watch Echo Base Network interview with them. Like, she said that she didn't receive any training. Savitar for everything. Gotcha. I got you, bro. Remember that everyone plays the tough. Ben should remember that some people, in their head, it's 50-50 for them in terms of like, I want to get famous and I want to help. It's very hard to find somebody who actually cares and is not trying to get money or famous. Do you think they are stuck in hoping Ben will get scared and run from the charges? I think they're not waiting for him to get scared. I think they're waiting for him to screw up so that they could throw him in jail. Okay? Like, I think that's what they're waiting for. Waiting for him to do something that will give him ammunition, more ammunition. I came to the stream a little late, so I'll have to go back and rewatch later. In this PM, you're talking about saying there might be something favorable for Bam. Sort of. There's a possibility that Bam has trusted too many people that he shouldn't have. And there's information that is out there that's not public yet, that is only for him, Bam, the courts, and anybody else who is involved to announce. That is like 0.5% favorable to Bam. That would be a win for all of us. And he should be careful who he's talking to, because he should only be divulging and trusting his lawyers at this point. Even his friends, it's like, I'm going to save my friends, but you can't even give them information. This ain't a game anymore. Like, we have started. The first half has begun. All the other stuff was just practice. The game started now. This isn't a time to celebrate. Also, did you watch BBQ Council explain the franchise finances? They have went from spending under $30,000 in professional expenses to $823,000 in lawyer and accountant. Holy crap! And they say they don't have money. Dude, imagine if they were just honest. They wouldn't have to pay these lawyers. Like, all this money that went to the lawyers could have gone to just the good people that did the right thing for Bam. That's all. Is that not insane to you? You connected to your ex with a 1 in it because someone has your name on X and it's suspended. For real? F them. I want my name. But I hate X, so I don't see it. I did see somebody bring up a drone at their headquarters, which may have led to the trespass. Ooh, that's not good. Just saw the video of the Utah guy posting a video of Ben illegally climbing a tower. Spies Ben guy's an idiot. Yeah, and now he's in part 3. So, yeah, there's stuff that it seems like from part 3 that the opposing lawyers can already use as ammunition. But again, it doesn't. I've already talked about it. You'll see it. You'll see it when on the replay. BAM isn't their only thing too. They also most likely have offshore account investments as well. It's possible. It is possible. What other questions you guys got that hopefully I can answer, and I can answer truthfully without hurting nobody? He wants to use conversion, which is theft. Yeah. It's 1 a.m. 90 watching. Bam! Yeah. I use Facebook for the craft and community groups. That's where I found the post about a parakeet. Word. So most of that. Well, I'm glad you understood most of it. And you should be able to find me. Okay. Should vlog the other day at your old store. Guess what? I was so lucky that I thought like, okay, I'm gonna go vlog the old store. Because I went by today and now they have like the walls all covered that you can't see inside no more because they're doing construction. So I lucked out. I did that like the very last moment. Also had Crystal named as a franchise owner since the franchise disclosed document 22. Crystal said on EBN that she became an owner in 23. She was a manager in 22. Really? They had her as an owner already? I'm insane. Damn. This is getting dumb. Do you know if Brandon and Josh were mission companions as well? Just said it in a call with American Fork Police Department. I don't know if they were companions. Like, here's the thing. All that information just means they know each other for a long time. We don't know if there was a falling out. We don't know if they didn't like each other before and then it was just good business in their mind. We don't know the in-between. Like, I served a mission and I only talked to like 3 people from the mission that I know met 1,000 different missionaries in. That we were like solid friends. And 3 now because one of them died just like 5 months ago. It was one of my best friends. But yeah, like all this information has relevance, but it's not like that deep until we get what's in the middle. Because I'll tell you this. Josh and Brandon weren't there when I came on. There was no Josh and Brandon there. Do you believe they used your name in earlier documents too? 100%. They have to. Like, they have to show all the why they terminated each store and show their reasoning. Because this is also about the patterns of practice that they have, that they've been doing. They have to prove that it's not a pattern, that it's just like that's what they have to do. Because there's claims that it's a pattern. There's claim that this is their business practice, that they're just dishonest. So most likely my name is in the documents. Again, I got a call from them a month ago, threatening to. They didn't technically threaten to sue me. They said it's not going to be good for me. And then we had an hour-long conversation, and I believe I was very calm. I might have said a few gamer words here and there, but I believe I was calm. It does go deep. Yeah, he did say they did missions together. Yeah. Like, those... And here's the thing. You have to really investigate, because there's people, I think... I won't say which producer. So there's some streams I went on. One of them had a producer that asked me if I served my mission with Matt McNeff, because he speaks Portuguese. He served in Portugal. Because apparently a lot of people running with the story to not trust me because I also was in cahoots and served mission with them. No, a lot of people serve missions. So, like, be careful with all the information that you have, because it might be wrong. Apparently there was like a bunch of people who were like, yeah, F Relic, and they probably just hate me because they ain't me, you know. But I think Bam, if going to use Josh and Brandon as scapegoats and blame them for the theft, my opinion. Here's what I think, though. I think Josh and Brandon are worse than Ammon. Ammon is a piece of garbage from what we've seen. But trust me, Josh and Brandon are freaking terrible people. They can suck dick. F them. And by the way, they can't really, because since they sided with them, they have to prove to the courts, why did you side with them? That you could talk to lawyers about that as well. There's like some lawyer may or may not have explained it to me where like they can't. It'll be really hard for them to turn on them. And when Josh went on mission together, Josh told a cop that he and Brandon also went on missions together. That's cool. More cows, you. It's not going to be go for you coercion. Yes, sir. God is good when you're not a greedy scumbag. Word. There's always those mission rumors of companions getting too close. Did you feel any special tension between them while at the takeover? If anything, Josh is raping everybody. Probably Brandon. Like, Brandon's the receiver for sure. 100%. 100%. You were a lot younger than those guys. Aren't missions usually done when you are young? It depends. The age is like 18 to 26. So if you don't have a kid, you can go. Because your priority is, if you have a family, that's it. You don't go on missions. Like, your mission in life is to take care and be a good father or a good mother to your kids. That is the basis of all of it. And so if you repented of whatever, like if you've done like drugs or whatever, and like you feel like you've converted, great, go. There's also scumbags that go because they lie. Like, it's between you and God, you know. But yeah, ages 18 to 26. After 26, it's like you pass your time. Now you have a different purpose because the mission is no longer for you. It's pretty much like at your most selfish time is the best time for you to do something completely selfless. That's like the point. Yeah. Not Amazon is sneakier. Blowjob R2 obvious. Ammon. Don't know what you meant, Bits Monster High, but welcome. Say what you really mean. Oh, my bad. I can't because then my channel will get taken down. I don't cuss, but I say everything else. It was confirmed that Josh went to Kaiser during the takeover. I wonder if they lit candles in that trailer. Not candles, dude. They're musky. They are musky. Okay, is that it for questions? We're hitting the 3-hour mark. I thank everybody for being here. Go ahead, ask a million questions if you want. Wait, women go on missions too? Yeah. I never knew that. I always assumed it was only men. Yeah, it's not as common, but yeah, women go on missions. My mom was actually kidnapped as a missionary on her mission in Porto Alegre. Crazy story. Like, when she got away, like, the guy had a machete and like she jumped out of the semi and ripped her ear in half from her earring, right? And my whole life she had it. She never stitched it up because she promised she said she made a covenant with God that her boys would go on missions, and she would always teach them to have a testimony of Jesus Christ. And anytime we were like wondering if the church was true or like just had questions, she would always point on her earlobes, and since it was always split in half, and just talk about her faith and things like that and God and all that. So yeah, women do go on missions. A little dangerous though. I was picking on you. Who were you picking on, dude? Were you picking on me? But yeah. I wonder what information they have to disclose in Florida since each state is different. I wonder what infos has to be disclosed in your state. They have to disclose more in Ohio and Idaho. Really? What do you mean disclose? Disclose what? All of it? Fan of Ender's Game novels? Yeah, actually I am. I haven't read them in a long time. Want to know what drugs the founder of Mormonization was on while he was starting at staring at copper plates with his face in a hat. Don't know. Don't know. Believe what you want to believe. Yeah, 3 hours cherry. Freaking Camel just coming in here. 3 hours cherry broken. No, I've done 10-hour streams, just not like full blown conversations. This was when nobody was watching. I think Josh and Brandon stole most of Brian's Lego, but also stole a chunk of the store's inventory. So they stole everything of mine. But at some point, Bam had to have realized BB and JJ had done so, or they blindly trusted them like freaking retards. One of my weirdest stories from my 20s was 2 Mormon girls coming to my door at midnight. I said no to them coming in and walked off into the dark. That is insane. Funny enough, they might not have been Mormon. They probably had the tags. There was a huge problem actually in Oregon. I knew of people that got like their legs broken because these thugs would dress up as missionaries, say they were missionaries. As soon as they opened the door, they just beat the crap out of people and rob the place. That did happen. I think it still happens today, where people pretend to be missionaries because then it's like, oh, they're nice little Mormon boys or Mormon girls, and then they just hurt people. And they're, yeah, it's crazy. We accompany each other on missions. I had a couple of Mormon women come to our door. Sweet. I had a person chase me with a shotgun just because I knocked on his door while I was on a mission. I was like, come on, man, just say you don't want to talk. Don't chase me with a gun. I feel like we're getting a taste of third world in America. This is oppression in the police state, guys. Yes. It's crazy. Oh, the stories get even crazier. I have to tell you how my dad stopped hanging out with drug lords and stopped smoking and quit drinking. And he quit all that stuff when he was at the age of 10. Windstream, thank you. Yeah, my family's awesome. Obviously I lived a really good life. My parents grew up poor in Brazil, or not like the poorest, but not middle class either. But yeah, like they have stories. Dude, I saw the live where you said you did your mission in Boston and mentioned you taught classes in Chinese language. I am from Boston. I also can speak Chinese. Strange coincidence. You speak Chinese? 中国人我的中文不好 I just told him my Chinese is no good. I haven't practiced in a while. So my friend from Hong Kong, 10 years ago, she came to visit me and introduced me to my wife. But my wife's South Korean. I've been lazy. I don't speak Korean. I know very few words. Probably at this point I know more words in Korean than Mandarin. But I taught her Portuguese. She's fluent in Portuguese. She's awesome. Yeah. Make that a members only stream. Topic of what? Oh, getting destroyed. Okay. Mission guy came out with a machete complaining about that. What hour it was? It was like 6 p.m. Word. Or Halo matches for members. Yeah, I still have to change the freaking thing. And the Appleseed and Relic are doppelgangers. Ooh, yes we are. Man, my Mandarin freaking sucks because I can't remember. I know the first one. You what? What are you trying to say to me, bro? Write it in pinyin, and then I'll be able to read it. I told you that's how much it sucks. They have to disclose the lawsuits, and every time they were caught by the... I don't know why when I see FTC, I want to say KFC. The FTC is so that the franchisee can make an informed decision before choosing to do business. So that's another thing. When freaking that douchebag Josh was at my store, he would just pick up his phone calls in front of everybody, right? And he'd pick up, I don't know what he was doing, but he would pick up a phone call from a potential franchisee, and they asked him, how many stores have failed? And he would say none. They've all been successful. I heard him say that 3 times. So he would just lie. He would just lie to people. It was insane. I was like, dude, you guys just told me how you guys rescued 2 other stores. What are you talking about? Or you were store rescuers and this one big one, at least one. Lived in China, teaching English for 2 years. Met my wife while traveling there. She's from Shanghai. Shanghai, nice. As long as she's not from Beijing, you are good. 我的中文很好. Oh, your Chinese is good? He said, this means 我的 is my. 中文 is Chinese. 很好. Hun is hate, but 很好 is very good. I could understand some. I could, like, if you start talking, I'll like pick up a good amount. But but I won't be able to carry a conversation at this point. My Chinese freaking sucks. But I could read all of Pinyin. It's not a problem. Yeah. Not good enough to impress my in-laws or wife. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I would be like, I'm learning. But then they'd be like, oh, yeah. My late wife spoke French, German, Low German, and Russian. Nice. I'm Hispanic. I'm sorry about your late wife, by the way. I'm Hispanic and also learned Russian. My son learned Russian and was fluent at 3. We also learned sign language. Nice. Wife has a physics teacher. Was a physics teacher. Nice. That's awesome, man. I'm glad. Like, sounds like you really loved him. My Chinese. Oh, your Chinese is not good enough. With my charisma, man, I'll teach you. Teach you how to win him over. I like you to speaking in Chinese. Oh, you gay, dude. It's a vibe. Which is a problem and a bug reason why they now have to disclose things in certain states. That's why I'm curious about your state. They don't have to say anything if they didn't get caught. Yeah, they don't have to say anything if they didn't get caught. That's like universal, I guess. But now that's federal, it's they're going off, I guess, multiple laws. Like, it's just generalized. From what I understand, you know. Wait a minute. Rick, your wife is Brazilian? No way, mom. Man, I knew you were a real one. I knew it. This man right here, he a player. Conquered a Brazilian, man. That's not. Those animals are not easy to tame, bro. I know. I'm one of them. You gotta say that in Chinese. What I gotta say? Oh, you're gay? 你是同性恋. That's how I say you are a homosexual. But your English is exquisite. That's to you, Rick. Yo, Christopher finally shows up towards the end of the stream. What up? Or maybe, have you been lurking? Have you been lurking this whole time? Thug, it's sadly true. You wanna, okay, you guys wanna know, this might take down the stream. You wanna know a very improper way? Here, let me see if Maddie, if you could come up with it. What's the most improper way you can say "give me that pork" in Mandarin? Write it phonetically, and I'll read it out loud. And then if it ain't the way, the bad way, I'll show you what I meant by it. But yeah, Brazilian married to a redneck. What a pair! Hey, Brazilian married to a Korean. You know, I don't know how we did it, man, but we did it. I'm gonna make that text and notification tone. You just woke up? Damn, where you at, bro? Minha mãe veio dos Açores para os Estados Unidos quando tinha 4 anos. Oh, Zip, you're freaking... Okay. Ela ainda fala português como uma criança de 4 anos. No, you're the first friend. Nice. Nah, dude, I can't write that in Pinyin. Okay. I will say it. This is how you say "give me that pork" in Mandarin. Woman, gay, nigga, Jew. That's how you say "give me that pig" in Mandarin, in not the proper way. You're welcome, guys. Okay. You don't have to block that out. That's how also you say "you" in Korean. And Niga. Yeah. That's how you say it. So, You're welcome. That's my free Mandarin class for you. We need to start a club. My wife is also Brazilian. Holy freak. Everybody's an MVP up in here. Brazilian wives. Canceled. And they could suck my balls. Canceled, dude. Fishball catch. I'm going to go. That's just Mandarin. I'm going to go ask for some pork tomorrow at my local bodega. Sick. I'll join you, dude. N-word. No. And 3, 2, stream down. WTF. Is that what that means in Chinese? So, yeah. Gay in Chinese means to give. Yeah. All this time, I thought my local Chinese takeaway were thanking me for my business. Thank you for the knowledge. Like, you're welcome. And the N word means that. It's like a filler word. You'll see like Chinese people saying it, repeating it, like in thinking. Sometimes writing. They're like, ta nigga, and then writing it on their hand, like it's funny. Like they could think and then write the symbol or the character on their hand. And that's how they like it helps them remember. With a lot of people, at least from Hong Kong and Taiwanese people, from my experience, they do that a lot. They're like, oh, and then they do the symbol and like, okay, that's what I was meant to say. Oh, well, that's what's up, man. Thank you. Not pork. Pork is carnita yum yum. So pork is Jew in Mandarin. Yep. Literally, I cannot find Lust's Discord link. He's on Discord. That's how we were able to do the thing. First class I taught in China was introduction of your classmate / partner. Nice. I taught math in Mandarin. That was difficult. Wait, you don't know what fishball cat means in Portuguese? Yes, I do. Don't say it. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I know they got caught in Ohio and they have to disclose it on a franchise agreement for that state. Oh, really? Jews don't eat pork, as far as you know. Some kid didn't know the other kid's name, and he was like, this name is... And I was like, what the F? Oh, man. You know, broaden your horizons, people. You realize that words, they don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. Life is good as long as you're not a sensitive bastard. Oh, holy crap, didn't read this. My bad. Just woke up and was surfing the headlines and saw you were streaming on the East Coast outside of Baltimore. Christopher Lasher with the 5. Dude, my man, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Los Link, yeah. So I think Luz also speaks Mandarin. He doesn't speak Cantonese. Cantonese is much harder. Way harder. I know very little Cantonese. Very, very little. I just know phrases, but because he was trying to think of the name and it used as yeah, that's how it's used. Yeah, Cantonese, like, that's great. So if you guys don't know, Mandarin has 4/5, which is just neutral. So 4 tones. And Cantonese has 9. It's nuts. Been trying to find Lust Discord for a while now. So if you saw somebody in the chat is if you go back previous chat, his name is Colin, and it's like a cartoon like vomiting something out of its mouth. He's one of the producers of Loose, so you could talk to him. But yeah, it's probably better to find a producer. When you see his chat, just look at who's a blue thing and see if you could contact them. It's just completely different. In China, it is one of the biggest culture shocks, though. Culture shock if you a bit, dude. This, it must be spelled exactly as he spells it to find it. Okay, all I have to say is suck Brazil was a limit. Okay, I thought you were going to say Brazil sucks. My bad. From the World Cup, as a fellow Mexican, we feel your pain. Dude, I feel your pain. You guys got kicked out the same day. That sucked. And that was the best officiating in both games. Like Brazil, we like definitely gave up. I think you guys had Mexico's problem is you guys kept playing a head game, and you guys kept cornering, but you guys wouldn't take the risk. That was the problem. You guys wouldn't take the long shots. Mexico was so used to having opponents open because England always plays that game. They do the line defense, just a line across the the goal because it's an intimidation factor, and it's a really crappy defense. But if people are scared to shoot while an opponent is in front of them, then they win. But I'll give you this: like Mexico played their heart out. Just I don't think their tactics were good. They didn't adapt very well. And Brazil, we just gave up at the end. But Norway played phenomenally. That freaking goalie was on point. Norway did a phenomenal job. Got to keep up the support. Maybe we can see you open your own shop again eventually. If you ever do, I would definitely drive down to check it out. Dude, it would be awesome. I've pointed out before, the only way I'd open my own shop is if I had so much money that it didn't matter if I didn't make sales in a year. And it had to be all mine, like the land, all of it. How long are you going to be live for? I was planning on stopping soon, but if you guys just want to kick back and chill, tell stories, ask questions, I'll freaking answer. No problem. Till I pass out, exactly. Jay and Silent Bob's secret stash was cool. Not so much now because they changed the location. Not the same now. Dude, I've had some ideas because one of the reasons I wanted to by the way, peace out, Thug. Hopefully you messaged me. Salt and Exile, you came back. I fell asleep for a little while and you are still here. Sweet. So one of the things I wanted to do with the store, which I eventually accomplished, was I missed the comic book shop. The comic book shops that I used to go to, that was pretty much just comics and maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic cards, right? Well, we could just hang out all day. There was a TV, I had video games, people could chill and buy Lego and play with Lego. That is what I really wanted to do, where it was a place where, let's say you didn't want to be home, but you wanted to be around people that were cool. You just go to the shop and hang out. Eventually, everybody always bought something, and we did great. We did great financially. But and that's what I wanted to bring back. But unfortunately, I got effed over. Thanks for being in tonight. Got aboard a plane. Peace out, brother. Dude, hey. Where are you going? Where are you going, Trip? Thanks for being here, dude. Sure, I'm chilling. F it. Hell yeah. Worst comes to worst, we wait for the next stream and ask for a link in the comments. Not a big issue. Thank you. Hold up. And I think I will post on I'll make a post so you guys know which live stream I'll be on tomorrow morning. Okay? And that way you guys can see me. Well, not tomorrow, this morning. Not even morning. It'll be noon. I'll be on noon my time Eastern, so for most of you around between 7 to 11 in the morning. Okay. All right. You have to work in about 5 hours. This is me, an old dude trying to hang out with the youngsters. Nah, man, you already young because you got Brazilian wife. I bet she's a firecracker, man. Dude, that concept needs to be brought back. The comic book shop hangout location. Yeah. It was awesome. And no Funko Pops because that's stupid. A little random. Don't mean to take away from this session, but great news. Ben's vid is at 1.1 million in 5 hours. I'm pretty sure this video is going to do 6 million views. This might become his biggest video. Yeah, it's going to. There was a lot of hype behind it. I think it could have been more. But I think it's important to watch it. Actually watch it. Not have it in the background. Watch it. I'm staying, Relic. My adrenaline is high for my call tomorrow in trying to make sure I doubt a lot of listening to him and make him feel comfortable. What are you talking about? Friends start out My friend started out selling collectibles at the local flea market and built it up and is now at his third location. Sick. Simply buying collections and stashing it until he had enough goodies to start. That's what's up. Wasn't sarcastic, by the way. It was referring to Lust Discord too. My bad, my bad. Good night. It was nice to hang out. Dude, peace out, bro. Do a lot of listening. You good? Whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah, Lust is streaming. That's what you meant. My bad. I should probably call it a night pretty soon because my brain is running on fumes. It was awesome. It has gone way up in just 1 hour. Yeah. Thank you for answer. Yeah, if you guys, again, anybody that came in just now, if you guys got any questions, let me know. If not, like, I'm probably going to call it a night because, like, I had a long day. I was running everywhere. Also thinks Bam's annoying antics with all the public statements and the TRO is why everyone is tuning in this much. I'm tired of the lies. But here's the thing. The reason I did this stream is because people need to understand that it's not a victory lap right now. Everybody needs to understand that Ammon, Bricks and Minifigs, everybody involved, they're trying to trip up Ben. Ben needs to be careful. He needs to walk a very fine line right now. Because, like, this could all have been for nothing if he loses, right? And his openness to make commentary, because that's what this trade-off is. He's not able to make videos like he was before towards Bricks and Minifigs. He's able to commentate like a journalist, but he can't do the same shenanigans. Can't show up to a store. Can't talk to franchise owners or employees. So, yeah, he needs to be real careful. There's a lot of crazy stuff in Ben's video. Have to give it a second viewing. Give it a 4th, 5th, 6,000 viewings, dude. I'm too autistic for sarcasm. Well, you're not that autistic. But yes, watch Digest the video because it's a lot of messy-ish going on. I thought it was very clear-cut and dry. All good, like, do what you gotta do, brother. Much. Okay. Gotta head to Snooze Town too, dude. Bye-bye. 再见. One on. True. Relic, I dare you to try to interview Spineless. Ooh. Who knows, I might. Because I had a theory. I was like, okay. I had a theory. Either Spineless is truly spineless. The other theory is, like, maybe Ben needed him to be the bad guy on the internet for a minute to expose Josh in the American Fork Police Department and be a double/triple agent. But it might just be he's just retarded. Who knows? There's always moving parts. That's what I've come to learn. He meant to do a lot of listening, but doubt came out. Me thinks it was a Freudian slip. We're talking about Joshua Johnson after all. Josh Johnson's a dick. Yeah, this is just the beginning with Ben. He is still a long road. Has a long road to go. Yeah, it's true. Okay, I don't think Spineless won't do the interview. He didn't go to Lust's stream. Good night, Relic and everyone. Great stream tonight. We'll go for another 7 minutes. LMA, I hope that's the case. Yeah. And my work schedule changed from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday Eastern. Still trying to get my sleep regulated. Yeah. Oh, we found a lurker. Justin Morrison. What's yours is legally mine. Facts. But yeah, by the way, everybody, thanks for all the soups. Thanks for being here, interacting with me, listening to me, criticizing me. All of it's been good. To be real, I don't know who's between worse, Ammon or JJ. I think Joshua Johnson's worse, man. Josh has just, we haven't seen as much of him, but I've met all these bastards. Josh is a freaking prick. He is a bastard, dude. Morning, I'm watching a HR behind, but people need to look at our government full of corruption and been getting away with it for years, and it's still people need to wake up. Really? Well, damn. Okay. Joshua Johnson is a garbage can. Yes. Well, Josh has given me some groundbreaking evidence of his innocence. Did you message me? Did you send it to me through X or Instagram or whatever? Yeah, right. I forgot you actually met that dude, El Mayo. Yeah, I met all of them. No Shoes Josh. Freaking giant hobbit. Brandon seems to be the smarter one by keeping his mouth shut. Well, he's always kept his mouth shut with freaking Josh's dick in his mouth. Waka waka. Josh Imo makes his personality very known. Ammon is more of a snake. But Brandon's more of a wolf in sheep's clothing. You think he's your friend. He's very good at convincing you he's a nice guy. And then... agreed, we're back in the carpet bagger days. Like, here, go watch Echo Bass Network stream. She'll... Crystal... they did an interview. Crystal talked about how, like, she just thought Brandon was just this poor, helpless dude who was, like, trying to buy a franchise and was caught in the middle and had to give the keys to him. They thought, like, that Brandon was just this, this sweet guy that was just exploring the store. And they felt bad for him. Brandon's a piece of garbage, too. And when you end live. Okay. That's all. Oh, yeah. Brandon is Josh's side chick. Actually, probably his main chick. His wife is his side chick. This is random, but have you watched Obsession? Amazing Movement. Not the new one, no. I watched the one with Idris Elba back in the day. How y'all just arrived. What's up? You're still awake? Not for long. I'll be ending it soon. But if you got questions for me, now is the time. Before I end it, go ahead and ask. Make sure you watch the VOD after. Have we actually heard him talk yet? He's good at impersonating a statue. You haven't heard him talk. And I believe he changed his phone number. Oh, shoot. So I can't even get a hold of Brandon anymore. Because I have all these bad shit's phone numbers. I like Chris, but oh my gosh, how didn't the alarm bells go off when you saw the U-Haul? Dude. Because you think it's just a regular day. You work with Ammon and Bricks and Minifigs and you think everything's good. And then it's random, man. Like, all of a sudden, like, dude, I was under the impression I was going to sell the store to him even when Brandon was there. And all he said to me, like, oh, we can't actually talk about the sale yet until you get this certain letter from corporate, from their lawyers, just stating of the transfer or whatever. And I'm like, oh, word, gotcha. And then that's it. And then you're just screwed. Brick by brick and beak by beak, just for tattle. Oh my gosh, you need to watch Obsession. I will. Were you lurking? I know you were in a Sheldon stream. You bastard. No, I'm playing. I said this in the beginning. I'm glad that Sheldon's doing live streaming. You could show people his true self more. Howdy. I'm going to send it to you later, but I'm not going to black out Joshua's name and picture. You will have to do it. It's just, it's actually his real email and it's him. But don't dox him or me, please. Duh. I'm not going to dox him, dude. I'll do like a reaction to it. I'll like I'll record it, listen to it. Yeah. If you change your subscription fee, my bad, dude. Like, I need to change that. I thought I did like a bunch of different tiers, but I guess it's just one for like, what is it, $14.99, $29? My bad. I will change it. My bad, Zip. Is Josh really married with kids, or was he lying? Yeah, I didn't meet Josh is married and has one kid. I met Brandon's entire family. I met his wife and all 4 of his kids. Still didn't need justice for Parakeet. It was an ambush. She literally had no idea they were going to do the hostile table. Yeah. His wife is in the picture of him on his email. I don't know about kids. Okay, I will block out, I guess. I wonder how long it will take before Netflix or some other company makes a series out of this. Probably not too long. I know some things are in the works. It won't compare to Ben's vids though. No, probably make everybody black though. That'd be cool. Because that's what Netflix does. That's right. Someone mentioned today that you spoke to Josh Johnson or Brandon Best about Tattle being loose in the store and crapping on Lego sets. Can you briefly talk about that? Okay. The first day I met Brandon, I asked him, so how many stores have you freaking rescued? And he's like, oh, man, there's this one store in Salem, Oregon that the owner was crazy. She was using the store as a front to like fund her heroin addiction or operation, and she had a parrot that like flew all over the store and just crap on the Legos. Customers were complaining about it. Customers like were leaving reviews on this bird pooping everywhere, and yeah, like they used bricks and minifigs for heroin, and I was like, dude, that's crazy. And then now we know she was not on heroin, and he was trying to paint them in a bad light. But yeah, that's like pretty much the whole story. And then they took it over and transformed it, and now the store was doing great. And this was a month after they took her store over. Yeah. F series, bro. We need a show with Relic as Superman. Hell yeah. I need to take some acting classes, though. I mean, that it wasn't Josh that had been playing with sidewalk chalk on his walkway. Battleborn Mama, how you doing? I'm honestly floored. There's a woman out there willing to F Josh. I gotta tell you, I know some things from what I know. She's not very well treated by Josh, but that's all speculation because I can't prove that. But a lot of people that I talk to that know them personally, they don't like the way he is towards anybody. He's just a prick. But yeah, this woman was definitely bamboozled like many other people. So I want to see a full Lego movie about this. The bird was clipped so he couldn't even fly. Yeah, that's true. Relic, in your educated opinion, how big is the BAM debacle? Is this a small selected few that are aware, or is this bigger? Very few know this. This is not as big as a lot of people think because we're all on YouTube. I'm doing live streams. I do videos, so I guess I'm a YouTuber. But yeah, like I go to work, and people that have shopped at my store don't know about this. My parents, my dad worked on my lease agreement. He was my commercial realtor and had to communicate with Matt and Ammon. He's not aware of this. He is aware, but he's not watching these videos. Like, just because we're informed doesn't mean everybody's informed. So yeah, this is still not that big. It's big for people who are on the internet. It's big for even celebrities because they're on the internet. They need a study to see what the people are talking about. And it's always going to come across anybody who's on YouTube to see like nerd-like fandom. So yeah, it's got to be much bigger than what it is right now. Maybe that's awful, but I genuinely am shocked due to such a retard mouth-breathing troglodyte. 100%. And by the way, welcome, Battleborn Mama. I think this is your first time here. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. And if it's right now, we're like in the closing portion of the stream. So if you don't know, it wasn't clickbait. I am actually genuinely concerned about a lot of things that the lawyers can use against RecklessBen if he keeps being reckless, because I think some people might betray him. I bet that's exactly what the McThefts and Brandon are doing. Smallville too. Yeah, that's me, bro. I love that show. Smallville is my favorite Superman /movie/show. I just wish we got to see him in the actual suit and at least one season of Metropolis. You know, even more reason to get him on child support. Without acting classes, you are already way better than many of the actors/actresses currently Hollywood. Thank you. I actually did act a little bit, but it was all plays in junior high. And I haven't done anything yet, but yeah. They've been effing with people all their lives, hoping they get their comeuppance 100 times over. All right. Hell yeah. According to Echo Base Network's video, a lot of their own franchisees aren't happy with BAM corporate and the leadership. I wonder how deep this ish goes. It goes real deep, but they still believe in Matt McNeff. Because from what people say is that like he doesn't really know anything and Ammon's the culprit. And Ammon's always been the dick and everybody else liked Matt. But yeah. Did you know one of the same judges involved is now the judge overseeing the Charlie Kirk shooter case? Yes. I believe like it's going to be broadcasted, but his wife or whatever doesn't want it to be public. Total AFO, yo! His channel's pretty solid, everybody. Go check it out. What's up, bro? I'm late to this party tonight. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But Total AFO is awesome. He's been covering this. Highly recommend people go check out Total AFO. He is a solid dude. And no, you didn't, Total AFO. No, you didn't. You beautiful bat. Watching from Australia. Thank you for the content and wishing all the best for your family. Kiwi. Isn't Kiwi from New Zealand? Isn't Kiwi from New Zealand, bro? But thank you for the 50. Total AFall. I expect to see more vids. But Kiwi, I'm pretty sure that's New Zealand. I'm pretty sure the Australians are not happy with that. Or am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. But 50, thank you so much. Aussie Bucks. Smallville, yes sir. Show watched entire run 3 times. Always love to turn on an episode and chill. Like for me, Lana should have died at season 4. I was so sick of her, dude. So like, the storyline of Lana was way too long in Smallville. Thank you. That's interesting. I saw a Google review by Amanda Good that made fun of the Shirley Bird lady being gone. How the store is better, referencing to Crystal. Yeah. I don't know. From what it looks like, it seems like. By the way, everybody like and subscribe. It seems like the community loves Crystal, and maybe a select few don't like her that are part of corporate. I don't know. It's weird. Been a listener. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Gone are the days of the Shirley Bird lady, Amanda Good. Is Amanda the one slut that was like in the videos of RecklessBen? That apparently people confused the two together. Holy don't know in the chat. Thanks, bud. You're amazing. Do you have any personal opinion on Matt? Sorry if you talked about it already. I stepped away for a little bit. Okay, look. Matt's the one that called me a month ago to let me know about the threat. He's the one that's like, if you get yourself involved, it's not going to be good for you. We talked for an hour. He claims he didn't know about how Josh and Brandon, the day they were off as personal guarantors, they left me with the lease and shut down the location and try to leave me holding the bag of $500,000 of their debt. Their debt. They didn't even inform the landlord or the property manager or any of the customers or the community or the employees that they were shutting down until the morning, and they only informed employees and nobody else knew. Till this day, I get messages like, hey, I want to go check out your store. I'm like, we've been closed for like a year, man. And I haven't owned it for almost 2 years. So he said sorry that he didn't know. And he asked if there was anything he can do because he believes he wants to live with the fact knowing that he tried everything to be a good person and do right by people. That's what he said. I told him, first of all, if you didn't know, you're one of the owners and that makes you incompetent. So that's worse. Second, Matt, I would love to believe you, but I can't after what you guys put me through. When I got that phone call and I went into it, My son was a week old, and you left me with nothing. I was working at a restaurant, and then I get that kind of call. You have no idea what you guys put me through. To his credit, he did sound genuine, but I said, not only on many streams, but I told him, you guys tricked me before, and I want to believe you, but I can't let myself believe you. And I gave him advice. I was like, this was June 1st. I'm like, you should get rid of Joshua and Brandon, and you should tell your brother to stop talking because he's a dick. And obviously he kept doing streams. And then the next day, Matt gave me a call on June 2nd and said that if you want to know, we cut ties with Joshua and Brandon. And then on June 4th, and I don't think it was me, but I think I just reminded him that, like, these guys are a problem. And then on June 4th, that's when everybody got the statement. And I hung up the phone, and then I called him back. I was like, Matt, what the freak was the point of that phone call? Like, and he's like, I just thought you would want to know. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, have you thought about, like, what I can do to make things right with you? I'm like, yeah, send me 500 grand. Send me a check for 500 grand. Obviously, he was going to send me any. And he said, like, oh, that would be great if he had that kind of money or whatever. If he could just do that, whatever. So he did sound genuine, but my opinion of him is, like, it depends on what his actions are. If he goes against his own brother, that's going to be a hard thing to do. If he's actually remorseful of what's happening and realizes that they're the ones that effed up. So I would love to believe in people, but yeah, I can't even allow myself to have an opinion. So far, I can't believe in anybody that is a part of corporate bricks and minifigs. So that's my opinion. I hate Josh. I hate Brandon. They suck. Ammon's a dick. What it looks like is that Matt is like the one that's left out of all the lies, but he's an owner, so that makes him incompetent, and he's associated, so it's still on him as well. So F it. Hey, shout out Kiwi. I get the sense there's some good cop, bad cop ish going on, and that's also the other thing. That might be it too. So I gotta be real careful. I don't know. I can't. Unfortunately, like again, my heart wants to believe in people, but I cannot allow myself to believe in these people. And he's gonna have to do a lot to show that to the public that he is not the person that we all perceive him to be. And it seems impossible. Kiwis are New Zealander, but there are many living in Australia. Why did Ben release part 3 on YouTube sooner than expected? I was expecting the video to drop from Patreon like a week from now. I think to keep the hype up. And unfortunately, there were people. I don't know why. First, like, he could have released it sooner as well on Patreon, but he was very careful. He did the right thing. But I think a lot of people were already reporting on it, giving their take, and I saw a few YouTubers literally just steal his content from Patreon and post it on their own page. And that was messed up. So maybe he just got out in front of it. You're savage. Lana was hot. Lana was alright, but Lois Lane. That's the best Lois Lane ever. Lana was hot. F Lana. Hi, everyone. Google Bert Caffeine, 85-year-old Navy vet working Uber Eats to pay his wife's medical care for dementia. I'm sorry, brother. He has a GoFundMe. If able, please donate and share. Bert's mobility is getting worse. Go ahead, everybody. Take a look at Bert. Let's see if you could help out if you can. Great. I don't know if it's true. Like, no offense, Mean Sugar. Never seen you before. Don't know, but I hope if it is real, I hope everything's okay and he could find a way to help his wife. I've heard that, like, you shouldn't shout out nobody's GoFundMe unless, like, it's very verifiable. So I'm just being careful. I'm not trying to be a dick. No offense. I'm just realizing so much of the world unaware of this scandal. Yeah, remember, this is America only, and America's not that big. Has everyone watched Finding Banksy on Patreon? That's so epic. My goodness, that boy is reckless. Amanda was the mean manager. Yeah, the people confused with Crystal. Yep. It's wild with F. And Sugar, where's the 555 link? I enjoyed that video of you showing the old location. Thank you. All right, fellow Navy vet having his own issues with mobility. My prayers go out. 100%. Just under 4 minutes in. And I just want to ask, isn't it about what Ben believes, his opinions? Not AM's intentions, Ammon's intentions? Ben doesn't have to take Ammon at his word. He might think Ammon is a complete liar. I'm kind of confused with your question. Want to ask, isn't it about what Ben believes, his opinions? But I honestly didn't understand your question, Melody Wilson. If you can clarify, hopefully I could answer whatever it is you want answered quicker. Yeah, 7-Eleven is doing franchise churning in Australia, allegedly. And that's effed up. I don't buy it, to be honest. Yeah. And well, that's the hard thing. Like I've said before, like if I was still a franchisee, I'd probably be on Bricks and Minifigs side because you connect with them, you build a relationship, and I like played video games with them. I hung out with them, you know. I texted with them, like especially Matt, and so like it's you want to buy, you want to believe they're actually good because you have all these good memories, right? And that's what's hard. Like, but they did leave me holding the bag of $500,000 plus, and yeah, it was like there's a conflict in your heart and your mind. It's weird. Like there's a logical part, but there's also the part of your heart was like, man, maybe that didn't really happen. It's like, but it did. Did he say anything to the advice you gave him, especially about his brother? LOL. He did. It was kind of like, I gotcha, or like I understood, like, you know, I don't know, like I'm didn't reminisce on the phone call, but yeah, like he again, like he sounded remorseful. He sounded like he wasn't liking what was happening everywhere. And he did say, he's like, I consider you a friend. And I said, funny how you treat your friends, leaving them $500,000 in debt and calling them to threaten. I told him, you haven't called me in a year and a half, and the first thing you're doing is threatening me. That's not really a friendship, man. Yeah. They are his muscle man. Yep. Did I hear another channel about the whole Amazon lawsuit on the one thing Oz is getting right and the U.S. got wrong? Man, Films Ben dropped the videos because of the monetization and needing to get the truth out, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why he dropped the video. I think it was a good idea. It was out for a day. I think it got like 67,000 views on his Patreon. And now, boom. Havoc Bet. Check it out. And I think I have like a suspicion where it's like he's probably going on other streams and people want to talk about it. And so like, but he wants to make sure it's spoiler free. So then he'll just put it out. That possibly might be one of the ideas. Havoc. It's completely understandable and fair. Well, I had no idea. Dude, I played Halo with him, dude. Smart man. Panama, the Manuel Noriego fiasco is being an ignorant, nice guy. Oh, man. No. I think it's fair for people to feel skeptical of Crystal, you know, with all the poor bookkeeping and etc., whatever the F. But I don't think she's lying through her teeth. But hey, I don't know, none just my opinion. I think even in the CoffeeZilla video, she also said, hey, like, if there was something that I did wrong, I'll own up to it. So she, like, I think she's a pretty honest person. It's so dangerous. I was also in during Desert Storm. I was never there. Whoa. By the way, thank you for all the vets that are in the chat. YouTube link for part 3 leaked after 2 hours on 4chan and 3 hours. Freaking 4chan and Reddit. F them. I heard that BAM put it on their Slack as soon as it went on Patreon. For real? I don't know nothing about that. That'd be crazy. Maybe if they're able to do that, other than being subscribed to Ben, maybe there's something that like every video they have to share it first with BAM. I don't know. I doubt it, but like that's weird if they put it on Slack as soon as it went on Patreon. Did you ever jump out of a helicopter? I don't think that question's to me. That's not to me. I think I lost a few brain cells trying to comprehend that question. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it was hard for me. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Chat, speak clearly and communicate well. Yeah, what Zip said. My heart breaks for you for what you've been through. I really hope things are on the upswing for you and your family. I hope so too. Like, it's been nutty. Like my, not for pity's sake. It's just the truth. Like my mom was in the emergency room the other day, last week. I was literally in the middle of a stream and I wouldn't. Non-stop phone calls. Had to end the stream. Went to the emergency room because my mom was there. High blood pressure and all. What the freak else happened? There's a few scares here and there, but like, I'm working hard. I'm trying to get more hours at work. Like here's the funny thing is like, when I got monetized here on YouTube, my hours at work got cut in half, and then I made money, and now it's all good. But I think now I'm gonna get more hours at work, hopefully. So, interesting how it all works. I think my White Claw was hitting extra hard. Nah. Yeah. But thanks for your concern, Battleborn Mama. I don't know why. I love it when like moms and like women are in the chat. You guys are just so nice. And sometimes super mean. Not you, Anne. I was thinking White Claws. Yeah. Mam seems the most human-like out of all the other lizards. out of all of them. Those all have some major personality quirks. They're just a-holes, dude. Yeah. Did you ever meet Dan? No. I investigated him before I went into the franchise. That's why I said like he is a piece of human garbage. The dude should be in prison. That's why I also said in this stream, I'm like, if you see him, he's an old dude with a second family in a very nice house, and he's not in prison. So, Ammon, at the very least, Ammon knows how to stay out of prison. These are not people you take lightly when you're in a lawsuit with them. They're going to go for the throat. But no, I met a lot of people who are currently friends with Dan, and they're like, oh yeah, he's a piece of garbage, but we love him. Yeah, Ammon and Matt don't talk to him because he was unfaithful to their mother. He betrayed and stole money from everybody, apparently. Committed fraud. Did a lot of shady things that I don't think even Matt and Ammon know how to do. Like, if you think Ammon is bad, Dan is much worse. That guy's a piece of human dookie, dude. I think the best... yeah. Not for me. Was that to me? What's all the numbers? Old show called El Chavo. I grew up watching the cartoon show in DR. It's such a classic. I don't. Holy freaking A. Is this just... Who is this spam? Okay, I'm going to ban this person. Who the freak was that dick face? My daddy jumped out of the plane and hellos. Okay. Alright, guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight. I really, again, I'm tired. I really want to talk about this stuff. I really want Ben to be okay. I want I don't want the right people to lose. I want justice to be served. I thank everybody in the chat for including for criticisms. I thank everybody for being nice, being mean, whatever happened. If you guys look back, there was some people that later on became a lot better, aggressive. Total A-fall, love your coverage, man. Keep up the great work. If you guys didn't see or don't know about Total A-fall, here, let me highlight his. You changed your pick. Total A-fall here, right here. Go check out his channel. It's pretty sick too. Check out Echo Base Network. They're solid. Check out Toy Bounty Hunters. They rated me. And Camelot. Camelot is the man. So those are my top recommendations. Go check them out. They're doing great work. God's work. Especially Echo Base Networks. They just did an interview with Crystal and her husband. They are doing some deep investigations. If you watch the most recent video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Toy Bounty Hunter, they're breaking everything down. And obviously BJC Live, all that. But yeah, good night, everybody. Night, Zip. Everybody, I am out of here. I am exhausted. And I think it was a good night. All right. Gonna end the stream. End the stream. Good night, Havoc. Take care. Again, let me actually link tomorrow so that you guys can already have it. I will be, again, I've said this a few times today. I will be on the True Wine and Crime show around 12 my time. Yeah, let me find it and then I will link it to you guys. So I'll be live in not too long from now. Right here. Here's a link. Oh, come on. All right. Loaded. There's a link, guys, for everybody. So go check it out. And now we are out of here. Peace out.